Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I missed putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Testing, 1, 2, there we go. Welcome on into the 76ers pregame show here on Play-by-Play with JJ. Hi, everybody. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you guys turn on the notification bell icons, too. And that way you will know when we do go live. My man, District Nation, is in the building. Shout out to my guy. Guys, if you are a fan of DC sports, that is the way to go. Make sure that you guys go follow my guy, District Nation. He does a really good job covering the Nationals. He covers the Commanders as well. He's a Wizards fan too, and you definitely should go check him out. So, all right, let's talk about this game. Okay, so tonight there is no Joel Embiid. Embiid did not play in last night's game, nursing that knee injury, and he is out for tonight as well. I will get to that in a little bit. Paul George is going to be in the lineup tonight, which is good news. This is a guy who had 9 points in his season debut back against the Clippers, which was earlier this week. Also had 7 rebounds, and he was 1 for 4 from downtown. So Paul George is playing. Embiid is out. Kelly Oubre is still out. He will be out for a couple of weeks. And then you got Adembona missing a couple of more games. All right, before I get into tonight's game and we talk about starting lineups, I just have to get something off my chest, okay? This has sort of been eating at me over these last couple of games when we're talking about Joel Embiid. I just have to say, okay, it seems very fishy that the Sixers are listing him out as day-to-day. I feel like that they have to, and again, I'm not reporting this. Don't trust me as a reporter, but my gut is telling me that something is going on. Something bigger is going on than what the Sixers medical staff is making it out to be. And I'm just so sick of this because I feel like year in and year out, we go through the same thing with Joel Embiid, where the medical staff will tell you one thing, and really, in reality, it's something else. And it's bigger than what it's laid out to be. And I'm so tired of just these same narratives like, well, Embiid is listed as day-to-day. Is the man healthy or not? How long is he going to be out? Just be honest. Just give us an answer. And if you don't know, fine. But be straightforward about it. And that is, I just had to get that off my chest. Because the one thing about this team, people want to talk about this team as being a contender. I can't even put a title on this. I can't, because if they are going to be a contender, they got to get consistency. They have got to build chemistry. They got to get reps. And I have been very tough on Nick Nurse over these last couple of years. The one thing that I cannot fault Nick Nurse for is this. How the heck does he know who is going to be out there on a night-to-night basis? Joel Embiid is always an X factor. Paul George is an X factor. Kelly Oubre now, he's an X factor. I thought that coming on into tonight, Tyrese Maxey was going to be an X factor because he got hurt in last night's game and got hit right in the head, and I got really nervous about that. I know that he ended up playing the rest of last night's game, but I was thinking, well, he might be day to day too because that injury did not look good. It's annoying. It's frustrating, and I'm so sick and tired of it. I'm tired of the BS that's going on behind closed doors, and I just wish that there was some transparency from the medical staff, period. And I just had to vent and get that off my chest. Ronald Duffney is also here. What's going on? How are you? So that is so that's the first thing that I sort of wanted to talk about because it's frustrating. And if he wasn't going to play today, would have really liked to see him play yesterday against a Toronto Raptors team who's bigger, right, and has more size. And if the whole goal is for him to just get ready for the playoffs, I just don't know. I'm just tired. He has to get some type of reps. Okay, we've seen Joel Embiid throughout his whole entire career. When he comes back from an injury, he looks so slow. He looks out of shape, out of game shape, I'm saying. Out of game shape, and he looks unconditioned. And it takes him a little bit of time for him to be able to get his rhythm back. So now, this impacts that. He's not getting any chemistry. He's not getting any reps out there. And it sucks. It really does. But yes, so that is the first thing that I wanted to talk about in regards to the 76ers team. Last night, they got to erase what happened last night. It's a new night. It's a traveling back-to-back. I don't like the back-to-backs, especially the traveling ones, but it is what it is. You got a game. You got to focus. There's no Giannis Antetokounmpo. I know that this Bucks team still has a lot of length, and I'm a little bit nervous about that when I'm looking at the Sixers team, especially with how Nick Nurse manages things. He likes to go to a smaller lineup. Ryan Rollins is having a very good season. Okay, Miles Turner is big. Bobby Portis, he brings length. How are the Sixers going to match up against their length? That's a good question. I don't know how that's going to look tonight. So, call me pessimistic. I don't know how. I don't see them winning this game. I don't. I hope that they do. I really do. If they are going to win this game, they're going to have to shoot the ball well. And they're going to have to try to find a way to get wide open shots and make a ridiculous amount of threes in this game. But I do not trust their defense. I do not trust Nick Nurse's play calling, especially in the third quarters when we're watching so much isolation basketball, when Maxey is getting double teamed and we're seeing dribble handoffs to Quentin Grimes. The defense just knows like what's coming, and we've talked about it. I feel like we've talked about it almost every single day when we're talking about this Sixers team. So there's that to think about as well. The other thing that sort of comes to mind when I'm thinking about this game tonight, the one thing I'm really excited about is to see how VJ Edgecombe does against this Bucks team. VJ played very well in the fourth quarter of last night's game. Also led the 76ers on that mini run in that second quarter, and I'm excited to see what he does tonight if he sort of goes out there with the same energy and with the same sort of poise, but I'd really like him to try to take over. Tyrese Maxey in last night's game only had one shot attempt in the fourth quarter, and that was ridiculous. I didn't really talk about it. Actually, RB was the one who brought it up to me, and I didn't really even think about that. I was thinking, he wasn't really getting the ball that much, and that's because, again, he's getting double-teamed out there, and nobody else. There is no counterpunch for when he's getting double-teamed when it comes to the coaching staff. They can't find a way to get him away from a double team. They just can't figure it out. It's like a Rubik's Cube. And it's sad. It's really sad. but that has to change tonight. I'm curious to see if Doc Rivers is going to have the same sort of game plan and how Tyrese Maxey looks out of the gates. I think that they start off well in the first quarter, and then when it comes to making second half adjustments with what they've been providing us or what they haven't been able to provide us with this year, I just don't see it ending pretty. I really don't. And I would love to be proven wrong. And if there's a night to prove me wrong, it is tonight. So, not trying to be negative Nancy. I'm just looking at this from a realistic perspective. And I hope that I'm wrong about that. I am excited about VJ. And the backup center stuff in this game, it kind of concerns me a little bit too. That's another reason why I don't have the Sixers winning tonight. Because Andre Drummond is your center, and you're not going to go to Janai Broom. You're going to have to rely on Dominic Barlow and Jabari Walker as well as your backup quote-unquote centers. So I do want to hear, though, what your final score predictions are down below and who your MVPs are for this game. With everything that I did say, I think that Tyrese Maxey is going to put up 35 points tonight. I don't really think that should shock anybody. Maybe you can make the argument, well, JJ, he only had one shot attempt in the fourth quarter of last night's game, and that is true. And he finished the game with, I believe, 24 points. But I think 35 tonight from Tyrese Maxey would be big. If the Sixers are also going to win tonight's game, somebody else is going to have to step up. Quentin Grimes did have 14 or 15 points in that fourth quarter of last night's game. And VJ Edgecombe went on a little run himself. It's just that Tyrese Maxey was trapped and he was double-teamed, and that could not get them over the hump, especially when you're coming on into the fourth quarter trailing by 15 points. You just cannot rely on comebacks night and night and night and night again when you're putting up putrid third-quarter numbers. So, but I will go 35 with Tyrese Maxey. He'll be my Sixers player of the game. And my final score prediction is going to be 120-105 Milwaukee. That is what I'm going to go with for tonight's game. 120-105 Milwaukee. I think that they will pull out with the win tonight. And again, I hope that I am wrong. I'm ready, though. I'm ready to rock and roll. I want to hear, again, what your thoughts are down below. Make sure that you guys comment that. We will get on into the starting lineups, and we will talk more about who is playing for both teams. We're going to do that right now. I do want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Whoever just subscribed, thank you so much. District Nation is here. Again, shout out to him. Hit the thumbs up button. Go check out District Nation. He covers all of the DC sports on his YouTube channel and does a heck of a job at it for sure. Let's go. What else do we got? 76ers ball. I'm sorry I have to say that I'll have to watch the Wizards. Yeah, man. I feel you on that. Drummond drops 30, I believe, says Philly Sports on top. Dude, that'd be great. I think that if Andre Drummond, and I don't think Andre Drummond's getting the flowers that he deserves, right? This guy was having toe problems last year. He just was not able to get rebounds. He wasn't boxing guys out at a very high clip. This year, with what he's been able to do, cleaning the glass, he's done a very good job. And this is the Andre Drummond that we wanted a couple of years ago when we were looking to trade for him back at the trade deadline. He was with the Sixers before he was playing with us, and we really liked what he was able to do on the glass. And we thought that he was really good as the backup center for Joel Embiid. And it's the same thing now, except what sucks is that Adem Bona is out and Joel Embiid is not playing either. So that's what sucks, because now you're limited with your depth at the big. But it is what it is. Drummond drops 30. Dude, he's gonna watch him hit 5 threes from the corner. He's gonna be wide open from the near corner, and he's gonna splash all those threes, and he's gonna go 5 for 5, and the Sixers are gonna win. I mean, hey, I can't rule anything out. That's crazy. That's cool. Andre Drummond for the win. 5 for 5 from the corner. Yeah, that'd be great. All right, let's get on into the starting lineups for tonight's game. We will do that right now. For tonight's Sixers game, you got for the Bucks, it'll be Ryan Rollins, AJ Green, Kyle Kuzma, Bobby Portis, and Miles Turner from 1 through 5. And for the Philadelphia 76ers, you got Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Justin Edwards, Paul George, and Andre Drummond out there as your starting 5 for Philadelphia. Of course, the Bucks are coached by Doc Rivers, and the Philadelphia 76ers, their head coach is Nick Nurse. Again, the lineups for tonight, it's Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Justin Edwards, Paul George, and Andre Drummond as the starting 5 out there for Philadelphia. And for the Bucks, it's Ryan Rollins, AJ Green, Kyle Kuzma, Bobby Portis, and Miles Turner as the starting 5 for them. The referees for tonight, it will be Gediminas Petraitis as one of the officials. Then you got Justin Van Dunn as the umpire, and then Jenna Renau as the other referee for tonight's game. Again, comment what your final score predictions are down below. Let me know who those MVPs are down below as well. Oh, man. Tonight is the night where you go out there and you make a statement to the rest of the NBA. Paul George. Oh, my goodness, Paul George. If he goes off tonight, that would be awesome to see. If Paul George can make a big, impactful defensive play at the end of the game and then just go out there and transition and make a game-winning dunk, I think that we would feel so happy about that. I really do. For the Bucks on their injury report, Giannis Antetokounmpo is out for tonight. Kevin Porter Jr., who's recovering from meniscus surgery, he is out tonight too. And Taurean Prince with neck surgery, he will not be available tonight. And Giannis has an adductor strain. So those 3 guys are out tonight. I will be back in just a couple of seconds. Do not go anywhere. Stay tuned. Alrighty, we're ready to get things started. 30-footer from the logo, trust. Let's go. It's a packed arena here at the Pfizer V Forum. Tip-off underway, and the Sixers will win the tip-off. It was between Miles Turner and Tyrese Maxey, or Andre Drummond, and Drummond was able to win the tip-off. Sixers are going from right to left. Paul George starts things off with a bucket. He ended up hitting a floater to make it 2-0 Philadelphia. Had some traffic on him. So again, the Sixers lineup, as they're in their black and white uniforms, rocking those 2001 throwback jerseys. They got Paul George, Justin Edwards, Andre Drummond, Tyrese Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe. And, well, the Bucks, they do respond with a little layup on the other side by Ryan Rollins. This guy, you're going to have to watch out for him. He is really good. Rollins, Green, Turner, Kuzma, and Portis. They are the starting 5 for the Milwaukee Bucks. Talk a little bit more about Rollins in just a little bit. Here's Paul George with some space for 3. Got it! Paul George started things off with 5 points. Drop those PG emojis, baby. Let's go. Paul George with a good start so far. Nobody wanted to play defense on him, and he was like, yep, you're disrespecting me. Here's Bobby Portis Jr. with a low floater inside. Can't get it. Rebounded by Rollins again. He just came on through and stole it away from Andre Drummond, and Bobby Portis gets a second chance, and he converts that time. 5-4 Sixers. Here's George again at the logo. Puts up another three. Paul George on fire. 8 points for Paul George. It's Paul George versus the Bucks. Portis gets the ball knocked loose by Paul George, but we have a foul called. There was some contact down low. Bobby Portis Jr. got the ball, and then I guess that they're going to call a reach-in foul on Andre Drummond. How about PG making a statement so far in these first couple of minutes, and he is just balling out for the Philadelphia 76ers. Boy, he's getting some space. He's hitting these threes, and that is something that you love to see. Let's go. So it was a foul on the floor. George has hit both of his threes. Also made a floater inside. And for the Bucks, they got 2 points from Bobby and 2 points from Rollins. Here's a three-point shot. That's off the mark by Miles Turner. It was on a catch-and-shoot inbounded three. Edgecombe on the drive to the basket. Good court vision to find Andre Drummond down in the dunker spot. Drummond wants to kick it out to George. Another three. Paul George. What a beautiful shot that was. He has scored all 11 points so far, and he has just been a one-man wrecking crew. Here's a rebound by Drummond on the other side. They'll feed it over to VJ Edgecombe. It was a missed three by Ryan Rollins. Maxey over at the logo gives it back to George. Give him the ball. ISO, three-point shot. Oh, it was so close. It just rolled out towards the right side. He wanted it too. 11-4. Philadelphia up by 7. Turner pump fakes, goes towards the baseline, and it goes up with a floater, and it's short. Good defense by Andre Drummond, and the Sixers will have possession of the basketball. Maxey over at the logo wants to ISO, puts up a tray, and Tyrese Maxey can't finish. It was a little bit short. He pulled up from 29 feet and just could not knock it down. Kuzma with a handoff, and there's a wide-open three again on the outside to A.J. Green, and Justin Edwards comes up with his miss. So Paul George has done all the scoring so far. Maxey outside to VJ Edgecombe for a tray, and Edgecombe can't knock that one down. It was way too strong from the far corner. The Bucks with a three on the other side. Too strong that time, and George with the big, long rebound. Sixers trying to set something up here. Tyrese Maxey was trying to catch a pass from Paul George, but it was last touched by Miles Turner over on that far corner. He deflected it out of bounds. 8:16 left to go in the first quarter. It's been the Paul George show. 11 points, 3 for 4 from beyond the arc, and 4 for 5 from the field. He is. Maxey again, steps back, puts up a tray, and that's too strong again. Offensive board by VJ Edgecombe. He thought that George was there right by him. He wanted to tip it over to him, but it was instead taken by A.J. Green. And Green threw it, and it was almost stolen by Maxey. Out of bounds it goes, though. Dominic Barlow will step on in, but before that we have a timeout taken by Milwaukee. 11-4 starts. And it's been all Paul George so far. Let's go. All right, be right back. Don't go anywhere. going on, everybody? Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. Well, the Sixers are on, but it's been Paul George who has scored all 11 points for the Sixers team so far. He's been putting the team on his back to start off the first quarter. So let's go. Highlights, so you'll definitely top 100 watching football, but go Sixers. PG-13 has been awesome. PG-8. Let's go. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, Larry. Shout out to you. You're the best. 11-4 Philadelphia. They lead it by 7. 8:02 left to go in the opening quarter, and Kyle Kuzma will inbound it. So Paul George, 11 points, 3 for 4 from downtown, and 4 for 5 from the field. Also 2 rebounds, too. He's been carrying the load. Kuzma gets the inbound pass, and guarding him is Justin Edwards inside the three-point line. A.J. Green gets the ball battered around and stolen by Andre Drummond, who got his hand in the cookie jar trying to make the pass. They find Maxey on an outlet pass as he goes towards the lane and gets it knocked out of bounds. It'll be Sixers ball. They'll inbound it underneath the baseline with 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Oh, boy. So it's Edwards, Drummond, Maxey, Edgecombe, and George for the Sixers. Here's Edgecombe at the top of the key, puts up a tray, and can't quite hit that one. Andre Drummond was boxed on in by Miles Turner. Both guys pretty tall. Turner obviously can pull the trigger from downtown if he gets wide open space. Here's a little, there's a little layup that's denied by Andre Drummond and rebounded by Tyrese Maxey. George, alley-oop pass to VJ, and VJ throws it down. Paul George being unselfish that time, and the Sixers making things work out in transition. A.J. Green wants to pass it outside to Turner for a 3, and that's a little bit short. Edgecombe rebound. Back over to Tyrese Maxey. Sixers working pretty fast out here, and Maxey wants to slow the tempo. George on the outside. Goes towards the elbow. Steps back. Puts up a foul line. Jay, no. Drummond tries to tip it in. Grabs his own rebound, and we have a foul called on Andre Drummond. Gosh. He went up with the shot. And then I guess that there was some pushing on the other side, but nonetheless it was a turnover by Philadelphia. Yep, they called a loose ball foul. Really ever so slight contact, but the Sixers have to just get back on defense. Again, Rollins working around the screen and knifing his way through the lane, getting past the trees, and finishing with the finger roll finish on the left side of the baseline. There's about 6.5 minutes left to go in this opening quarter. Edgecombe inside the three-point line, gives it back to Paul George. They swing it around to Edgecombe again, but there's a whistle called. And a stoppage in play. It's a foul on Milwaukee. Oh, boy. Really, PG? Kind of surprising. Yeah, he just came back tonight. Well, this is his second game, but he's having himself a very good game so far. Maxey is going to go to the line for a technical foul shot. And he misses it. There was a defensive 3-second violation called on Miles Turner, and the Sixers will still have possession. Jabari Walker will enter on in for Paul George as he will take a quick breather. I wonder how many minutes he's going to play tonight. We'll see. VJ Edgecombe also coming onto the bench, and Quentin Grimes will step on in for him. All right. Sixers back out there on offense. Edwards will be the inbounder. We also will see Gary Trent Jr. out there for the first time for the Milwaukee Bucks. And so he will be a new piece for the Bucks. Ryan Rollins, 23 years old, averaging about 17.5 points per game this season. Was coming off of a 24-point performance against the Cavaliers. Ended up shooting 5 for 10 from downtown. Maxey gets a little ISO, rolls down the lane, and finger roll finish with the left arm. On the left side of the baseline, it's 15-6. Philadelphia on a 10-2 scoring run. Kuzma parts the Red Sea and finishes with a layup. And he answers back with a deuce himself. Edgecombe on the drive to the basket. Goes up with a 2, and it's denied and rejected by Miles Turner. That guy gets a lot of blocks, and he is tall. It's going to be really tough for anybody to get a shot off of him if he is guarding that paint. Sixers have the ball again. Missed shot by the Bucks. Edgecombe got a little give and go, and instead they're going to reset it for Tyrese Maxey. No Jared McKeon so far. Maxey on the far wing outside to Edwards. One more for a three-point shot, and that's just a little bit off. It was by Jabari Walker from the far corner, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's Bucks basketball. Dominic Barlow will come on in for the Philadelphia 76ers. The guy actually was doing pretty well last night for Philadelphia. Then he just didn't play at all during the fourth quarter. And when the Sixers really needed some extra size, obviously Andre Drummond was starting as the center, and he's really their backup center. But even when they were trying to go for some size, they ended up going to Jabari Walker, who's about a couple of inches shorter than him, and it just didn't really make sense that he wasn't really getting any sort of playing time in the fourth. There's a bad pass by A.J. Green, and it's intercepted by Justin Edwards. Got a hand on it. Maxey to Edwards, rewarding him for a 3. And Edwards' shot is a little bit short. Barlow came running on in. He missed the rebound, and instead it was taken by the Bucks. It was Jericho Sims. A floater inside by Kuzma, and a foul called. And that will go against the 76ers. Tyrese Maxey guilty for pushing Kyle Kuzma. And that's what the call is. 15-8, Philadelphia leads it by 7. They've already committed 3 fouls so far in this ball game. The Magic, they're up 66-53 against the LA Clippers. Just wanted to throw that out there. Kuzma with his first free throw. He swishes it. Kyle Kuzma, former Washington Wizard, obviously was drafted by the LA Lakers once upon a time in the same draft class as Lonzo Ball. It's actually originally a Brooklyn pick, but then was traded to the Lakers. 15-9, Kuzma's second free throw. It's short, and it's rebounded by Dominic Barlow. Looked like Edwards got a hand on it, just couldn't catch it, and Barlow was right behind him to secure the rebound. Maxey to Grimes. Grimes wants to try to get things going so far. Almost lost the ball and dribbled it out of bounds. He did not, though. Maxey with that will go towards the basket, and now he's going to go to the line because he was fouled very hard by Kyle Kuzma. The Grizzlies are also on. They're beating the Sacramento Kings 26-12. And that is, of course, in the first quarter as well. The Spurs, they're down by 2 against the Atlanta Hawks. 28-26 is the score over there. Victor Wembanyama, of course, on the San Antonio Spurs. First foul shot good by Tyrese Maxey. Wembanyama is not playing. Julian Champagne, though, leading the way with 7 points in that game. Maxey's second free throw. Got it.
Excellent.
Turnovers were a big storyline in last night's game, and so far the Sixers have been taking good care of the basketball. Gary Trent Jr. with the rock, looking to dribble it off and hand it off over to Ryan Rollins. And Justin Edwards comes away with a steal. Got his hand in the jar. Maxey for 3. Got it. Nice assist there by Justin Edwards. So Justin Edwards' defense has been spectacular so far in this first quarter. Here's Portis on a step-back jump shot. It was a mid-range J, and it was nothing but net. This guy obviously won a championship with the Milwaukee Bucks and has still been a very big key piece in their offense. We have a whistle called on the other side. That's going to be on Milwaukee. What's up, chat? Let us know how everybody's doing tonight. And who do you have as your MVPs for this game? Barlow, a kick out to Jabari Walker. One more to Maxey, wide open three. It was a little bit short and rebounded by Milwaukee yet again. Jericho Sims, the former Knick, able to crash the glass. Edwards again gets his hand in the cookie jar, and it will go on out of bounds. Edwards doing a very good job at defending on the ball in this game. I got to write that down. Little kick out over to Gary Trent Jr. off the inbound pass, and Trent Jr. puts up an elbow J and got it. I mean, Tyrese Maxey played very solid defense there, too. Excuse me. Maxey on a drive to the basket, goes down the lane, tries to finish hard, but he's fouled. He tried to put an anvil on that, and we have a whistle called on Bobby Portis Jr. Tyrese Maxey with a lot of ferocity that time, and we will have a timeout taken by the Milwaukee Bucks. Look at Joel Embiid smiling with Tyrese Maxey being aggressive there. He wanted to posterize Bobby Portis and put that on his wall. Sixers actually called a timeout, and Bobby Portis was the one called for the shooting foul. We step aside, and we'll be right back. What is going on, everybody? Hopefully you guys are having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. Steve is here. What's up, man? He said, I'm going to listen to you, JJ. I appreciate it, man. I'm going to listen to you, JJ. I got the Flyers on. Yeah, see, they're getting shut out so far by the Blues. Really hope that they can pull it out tonight. Falk, does Falk have 2 goals? Is that correct? Gosh, if that is correct, that sucks. But, yeah. All right, what doesn't suck is Paul George tonight. He's been phenomenal. He played very well during his first stint, if you will, or his first run with the 76ers, and he put up all 11 points for them before he went on over to the bench. He was just playing his butt off. He was making wide open threes. He was getting space. He was playing really good, solid defense, and he went out there and he made a statement and set the tone in this game, which is what you want, and he looked like he was, honestly, this is what the Sixers paid him to do, really. So just nice to see that for tonight so far. Also, Justin Edwards has played very solid defense. The Sixers really have not been trapping a lot, and they have not been providing a lot of double teams, and they've been very physical in this game. Yes, they're capitalizing on their shots, but there seems to be a lot more motion with their offense. It's not just dribble handoffs, and it just seems like that the Bucks are having a hard time just out physicaling, if that's even the right term. I think I just made up something there, but that's okay. I make up words all the time. It is what it is. But yes, the physicality by the Philadelphia 76ers has been very strong. Maxey at the line will shoot 2 free throws, misses the first one. Maxey putting his hands up with Justin Edwards, and Edwards will take a seat as Jared McKeon comes on in. Let's see if Jared McKeon is going to be used as a point guard with Tyrese Maxey out there. Maxey's second foul shot, got it.
Excellent.
21-13, Philadelphia up by 8 points. Here's a little alley-oop jam from Gary Trent Jr. all the way down to his center. And that was, I believe it was Miles Turner that ended up making that little alley-oop flush. 21-15. Sixers up by 6. McCain gets it over on the outside. He's looking for help and gives it back over to Tyrese Maxey. 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Maxey going around the screen, driving towards the lane, puts up a floater, and it was contested, but he still got it to go. Wow. Again, Jared McCain is now putting pressure on the point guard here over a full court press, it seems. So Jericho Sims, who threw down the alley-oop jam, gets back down low, and he misses the catch, and it'll go on out of bounds. The ball that was passed to him was way over his head, so it really wasn't his fault there. It was just a bad pass over at the point by Cole Anthony, the former Orlando Magic. Here's Barlow on a little give and go to Jabari Walker. Foul called in the act of shooting downhill. And the Sixers again will get some more free throws. The one thing that I like about with what the Sixers are doing, too, we talked a little bit about this before, but the Sixers have not really been able to change the pace of the game a lot this year. And when you have a guy, not saying that James Harden is a player that I want back, but like when you think about James Harden and when you think about Joel Embiid, they slowed the game down because they drew a lot of contact, they drew a lot of fouls, and the Sixers just really have not been able to change pace of the game this year, and that's sort of an element that they're missing too. So both free throws are good by Jabari Walker. Excellent. It's a 25-15 ball game. Bobby Portis Jr. taking advantage of Dominic Barlow with a baby hook, and it's good. Dominic Barlow trying to defend him in the low post, and it just could not work that time. Bobby Portis, the veteran, able to make it look easy. We have an offensive foul called on the Sixers. Maxey had the rock, didn't even pass it, and Jared McCain tried to set a pick away from the play, and he gets called for a moving screen. And a turnover there, a costly one. And let's see if the Sixers can play defense. They've only had 2 turnovers in this first quarter so far. They had 8 in last night's game in just the first quarter alone. Got a little dribble handoff on the outside over to Cole Anthony. Anthony lost his dribble. It's picked up by Maxey. Maxey crosses over, drives towards the lane, and scores with the left hand. Give Tyrese Maxey 12 points. Taking advantage of the loose change over downhill. And a bad ball handle there by Cole Anthony. And Anthony turns it over yet again. Walker with a steal. A 3 by Grimes. Good! Grimes on the near wing. A bow and an arrow and a bullseye. 38 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 2 terrible turnovers by Cole Anthony, and they're trying to pick his poison. Sixers almost got another steal there. Portis outside the Cole Anthony again, dribbling with the right hand, throws it towards the outside. A near corner 3 is good on the near corner by Gary Harris, the veteran. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Sixers up by 10. The shot clock is unplugged, and Tyrese Maxey will cross on over and dribble for one more possession. He wants a pick from Barlow. He gets a pick from Barlow. Goes towards the left side. Double team comes. Passes it out to McCain. Wide open 3. And McCain gets the friendly roll. It hit the front of the rim, and then it hit the back of the rim, and just got the friendly bounce, and that's going to wrap it up. 33-20. Jared McCain with a 3. He knocked it down with 0.6 of a second left, and the Bucks tried to put up a prayer. It was no good. Wouldn't have counted anyways, and the Sixers off to a hot start so far. That was a lucky shot, but hey, we'll take it. Hey, Cole Anthony not playing so well, and the Sixers are picking up his turnovers. That's good. Get him out of rhythm. That That was a terrific first quarter by the 76ers. Here's something that Kyle Neubeck just said. 11 straight from PG to open it. Maxey with some really good playmaking abilities and some really good downhill attacking. Awesome defense from Justin Edwards and a McCain 3 to close it out. That's nice. I'm going to get a little bit critical here, though, and I will say yet again that Tyrese Maxey, as much as I love Tyrese Maxey and I think that he needs to take shots, why, when Jared McCain is out there, is Jared McCain standing in the corner? That guy is your point guard. That guy is your facilitator. And when Tyrese is getting double teams, you need somebody else to provide the pressure off of him. And so I don't like how Jared McCain a lot of these times when he's out there with Tyrese is just standing in the corner. And until Nick Nurse figures that out, I'm going to continue to say something about that because that's just the hard truth about it. But other than that, great first quarter by the Philadelphia 76ers. Sloppy basketball by the Bucks. Some of it is internal, but other than that, I mean, Paul George, great start. Paul George on fire, shooting from three. They're giving him space. They're making him pay, you know? And that's all that you can say about that. Like number 28 says, Michael, what's going on? How are you, my friend? Been looking for you. I'm happy to see you on here, Mike. Happy to see you on here, my friend. 33 points for the Philadelphia 76ers. The stats for tonight's game so far at the end of the first quarter, Sixers are shooting 43% from downtown. They're also out-rebounding this Bucks team 12-8 so far, and have done a very good job at taking care of the basketball. The Bucks will start things off with the ball and a terrible shot in the paint. That was by, I believe it was Jericho Sims that just chucked up a shot, and it didn't even hit the rim at all. George back out there for the Sixers. Behind the back bounce pass over to Andre Drummond. Drummond wasn't even looking for the ball, and it was intercepted and picked on up by Gary Harris on the other side. It's Harris, Portis, Sims, Trent Jr., and Anthony out there for the Milwaukee Bucks. Here's a wide-open three by Anthony. He clanks it wide right, and Grimes gets it on the other side. Grimes floats it up, can't float it on in. It was actually rebounded by Drummond, and then Drummond just gave it off over to Quentin Grimes, and Grimes just could not make the layup there. He had some space and just could not knock it down. Sometimes he just runs at 105 miles per hour and just can't slow down his tracks. Here we go. Portis over at the top of the key, giving it back to Gary Harris down low. Harris finds Sims in the dunker spot, wide open, left blindsided, and he throws it down again. A two-handed jam. Edgecombe, George, Drummond, Grimes, and McCain out there for the Sixers. George swings it over to Edgecombe. One more to McCain for a near wing three, and Jared McCain's shot is a little bit off target, and it's rebounded by the Bucks again on defense. So McCain so far in this game, 1 for 2 from beyond the arc. He had a three-pointer to end the first quarter. Got the friendly little roll. Portis Jr. with a line drive three on the near wing. Bullseye. The Sixers lead is cut down to 8. Might want to put a body on him because he's pretty good. Edgecombe looking to hand it off over to Jared McCain again. More dribble handoffs. And a pass now to Quentin Grimes. Another handoff over to McCain. One more to George for a near corner three. That was a little bit off. Drummond almost got the rebound. It was just taken away by Bobby Portis. Harris swings it on the outside. 4-on-3 basketball. And Gary Trent Jr. don't want to leave that guy wide open. He's a lethal shooter. And he cashes in on a three on the other corner. Gary Trent Jr., the former Toronto Raptor, has been a very good lights-out shooter throughout his whole entire career, and you can't give him any sort of space. McCain zips it over to Grimes. A near wing three, can't respond on the other side. Sixers' three-point shooting has gone a little bit stale to start off the second quarter. Again, crisp ball moving by the Bucks. Instead, this time, Bobby Portis gets it, and he'll take advantage of a mismatch over McCain as he hits a floater, and Nick Nurse wants to call a timeout. It's a 10-0 run by the Bucks, and it's now 33-30 to start off this second quarter. So the Bucks have made their response, and they provided their counterpunch. What will the Sixers do out of this timeout? Man. It's too bad. Too bad. All right, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, we're back. We are back in action. Sixers are only up by 3. They came on into this second quarter up by 13, but they have not put up a field goal, have not even made a lick, not a point in this second quarter so far. In the first 2 minutes and 51 seconds here at the PfizerV.forum. Flyers scored. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Get on the board, man. That's nice. Michigan State and Duke will cover tomorrow. Ooh, nice. Sixers need to be down by 10+ in the fourth to win this year. It's just been that type of a season, man. Really has. Sixers generated really good offense in that first quarter, and then it just started to get a little bit stale. And they were turning the ball over. I mean, they didn't really turn the ball over to start off the second quarter, but they're just not getting back on defense. And they're leaving guys wide open. Drummond gets the inbound pass, almost threw it down, but it was blocked by Jericho Sims. Grimes trying to play defense all over his defender. That's Cole Anthony. Instead, a step-back three by Gary Trent Jr. is a little bit short. Good contest, though, by Edgecombe on the other side. McCain got the rebound. He tries to knife his way through the lane and hits a layup through traffic. 35-30, good for Jared McCain, able to get right to the cup and finish with the left hand. It's a 5-point lead for Philadelphia. George leading the way along with Tyrese Maxey. Maxey actually has 12. George has 11. A little bounce pass over on the interior to Bobby Portis, and Paul George covered him pretty well. Another wide-open three. That's off the mark. VJ Edgecombe got the steal, or got the rebound, I should say, and George will reset over on the outside. Sixers did provide pressure on the defensive side before that wide-open look, but they're able to get the ball back. Grimes, catch and shoot three. Quentin Grimes from the top of the key sinks it. 38-30, and good shot by Quentin Grimes. It was a swisher from beyond the arc. From about 27 feet or so. A little finger roll finish by Cole Anthony as he drives in with a floater. 7.5 minutes left to be played in quarter number 2. George lost the ball, but he was fouled. It was Cole Anthony who got a hand in there and slapped him right on the hand. Almost turned it on over. So the Sixers have gone on a 5-2 run after what was a 10-0 run by the Milwaukee Bucks. Not really a change in personnel for Philadelphia, but they sort of got their rhythm back together, it seems. And Paul George will head to the charity stripe, and he will shoot a couple of free throws. The first one, he cashes it in. Paul George, 35 years old, came off of a season last year where he averaged about 16 points per game in 41 games for the Sixers, played in about 32.5 minutes per game, and shot 81.5% from the foul line. Foul shot number 2 by PG.
Excellent.
Sixers trying to increase their lead into double figures. They're up by 8. Anthony on a drive to the basket. No pass over to Gary Trent Jr. Ball goes out of bounds. Trent Jr. was not anticipating that pass. Over on the near corner on the outside, and the Sixers could take advantage of yet another turnover by the Milwaukee Bucks. George to Edgecombe. And Edgecombe looking for some help again. Gives it back to PG on the far wing of the three-point line. Swings it outside over the Trent and Watford. Almost lost it in the backcourt. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Watford at the top of the key. Looking to pass it over to VJ Edgecombe, or Justin Edwards, that is. Edwards to Drummond. Behind his defender's back. And Drummond throws it on in. That went right behind Miles Turner. He was not even looking. Snake eyes. What a handoff there by Justin Edwards, and a clutch play by Philadelphia on offense. Here's Trent Jr. again for a 3, and he is a flamethrower. He knocks down another tray, rocking those goggles and that headband of his as well. 42-35, Watford out there for the Sixers. Edgecombe over at the foul line. Wasn't even looking to shoot it. He had some time to do so. Edwards for a 3 off of a little hockey assist. Nope, that's not going to go. And Gary Trent Jr. again with another rebound. I thought maybe Edwards would hit that shot. He did not do so. 6 minutes left to be played in the second quarter. Anthony dribbling with the right hand, crosses on over, steps back, launches a 3 over Drummond, and he makes it look easy. Cole Anthony starting to go off now. You don't want to give him any sort of momentum, especially because he can create his own shot, and when he gets the separation, he can knock down threes. Watford dribbling with the ball, handing it off to Edgecombe over on the outside again. Edgecombe dribbles around the timeline, gives it to Watford for a near wing 3, and the Sixers are 0 for 6, 0 for their last 6 from 3, I should say, in their last 3 minutes or so. Just not good for the Philadelphia 76ers. The ball did go out of bounds, last touch by the Bucks, and it'll still be Sixers ball. We'll have to inbound it from underneath the baseline. Paul George will take another quick breather, and that's probably going to be it for him in this first half. Edwards, Drummond, Maxey, Edgecombe, and Watford out there for the Sixers. Maxey takes a couple of pivots and now goes towards the lane, puts up a floater, and again hits it. This guy's floater is just one of the best, if not the best, in all of basketball. When he's just able to drive it to the lane, sometimes he doesn't get the contact, but he can still hit you with the soft touch. Kuzma, his finger roll finish goes on out, and Drummond cleans up his miss. Here's Maxey again, crossing on over. He's in the mid-range. He dumps it back off to Watford, gets a screen. Maxey for 3, and he can't hit it. Kuzma grabs his miss. And another rebound by Milwaukee. There's a foul called on Watford in the act of shooting, and Cole Anthony is going to muster his way on over to the line. Ryan Rollins, that is, excuse me. And we'll have some free throws coming on up. Man. Rollins just with 5 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. Again, this guy is 23 years old. He went to Toledo College. Was a second-round draft pick by the Hawks in 2022. Ends up converting on the first foul shot. Last year, averaged about 6.2 points per game. Was in the G League at one point last year, too. He was a very good three-point shooter. Shot 41% from 3. This year, so far, he's shooting 46% from downtown. He does make the second free throw, and that's good. Edgecombe back over to Edwards for a 3, and Justin Edwards can't knock that one down. There is a whistle called against the Philadelphia 76ers, and it'll be another turnover, and the Bucks are going to try to make it a one-possession ball game. Rollins also shooting 51% from the field this year. He shot 49% from the field last year, and he's averaging 17.5 points per game this year. Last year, he only was making about 6.2 points per game. The Bucks trying to make it a one-point ball game. Here's Turner with a 3. Got it. Miles Turner from downtown. And it's a 1-point game. What was a 13-point lead has been erased to just a 1-point lead for the Sixers. Watford looking for some help. And he dumps it on off over to Tyrese Maxey again. Maxey with a tough layup inside. Count it, and a foul. Nice play by Tyrese Maxey, razzling and dazzling towards that lane and finishing through traffic and hard contact from Kyle Kuzma, fouling him on that left hand. Didn't even know what he was going to do. He had a little Euro step, too, that he just provided. And as he got past Kuzma, just leaned on into the contact. So Maxey hit the line for one more. Here's the shot, and here is the take. It's good.
Excellent.
Sixers 8 for 10 from the line. Both misses by Tyrese Maxey so far. Here's a layup by Cole Anthony. Couldn't get the friendly roll. It just rolled out at the last second, and the basketball god said no. Watford at the top of the key. Gets some space. Puts up a tray. Can't hit it, though, and it's rebounded by Miles Turner. Jabari Walker can only do so much when you're going up against that guy. Here's Watford again, playing defense all over Kuzma, who finds a backdoor three-point shot, and that was, again, Ryan Rollins wide open for a three. Got to put a body on him for sure. 47-46. Milwaukee only down by one. Watford almost turned it over, and we have a whistle called. Oh, man. Defense has gone a little bit stale here. Eaten up by... Here's another catch-and-shoot three. That was Tyrese Maxey from 26 feet. Splash. Sixers at 50 points. The Bucks at 46. Sixers shooting, though, has gone down to 33% from downtown. We will have another whistle. And Justin Edwards will step back on in for the Sixers. Paul says tired legs might be showing up here. Sixers generating a ton of great looks from three, but they're 7 of 22 to start the game from deep. Turner again on the outside, steps back, puts up a tray, and, Jabari Walker comes up with his miss. 2:50 left to be played. Maxey slicing and dicing towards the lane, and he tried to finish through hard contact. How is there not a foul called is just beyond me. And Kyle Kuzma hits a layup on the other side. That guy got pushed to the ground, and there was no foul call at all whatsoever. I mean, what else do you want him to do there? Grimes, inside, outside to Edwards for a four-wing three. He chucked it up, can't hit it. Watford volleyballs it, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Kyle Kuzma with the right hand, and a timeout taken by the Bucks. We'll step aside. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. back here at the Pfizer V Forum. Sixers are only up by 2. It's 50-48. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel as well. Maxey will inbound the basketball from the baseline. Finds Watford again over on the elbow. Gives it back to Maxey, who tries to dribble through about 2 defenders. Goes towards the outside. Gives it back to Grimes. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's a bounce pass over to Edwards, who knifes his way towards the basket. Finishes with a layup on the right hand. And got it to go. 2 points for Justin Edwards. 52-48 is the score. 2 minutes left to go in quarter number 2. The lineup out there, you got Rollins in there for the Milwaukee Bucks as he has the ball. Kuzma, Green, Turner, and Trent Jr. are out there too. Another wide open 3 that's good at the top of the key. That was A.J. Green getting some space and knocking it down, making it a 1-point game. That's the 3rd time in this quarter that the Bucks have done that, where they made a 3 to cut it down to a point. Edwards got the ball, bounced off of his hand, and it's turned on over as it'll go on out of bounds. Bad turnover there. Milwaukee can take the lead now. Here's Rollins again, dribbling around the screen, rolling towards the elbow, looking for some help, and he finds a cutting backdoor man. That's Miles Turner, and he jams it on home. The Bucks have their first lead of the ball game. 53-52, and the Sixers down by 1. A game of runs so far. Grimes, bounce pass over to Maxey at the top of the key. Another bouncer over to Edwards. Back to Maxey. Maxey to Watford again, looking for help. He spins, he turns, he gives it back over to Grimes. Grimes goes down the lane with a left-handed floater. Can't get it. Hard contact there. Whistles remain silent from the referees. 5-on-4 basketball for the Milwaukee Bucks. Grimes does get back on defense. Gives it over to A.J. Green. One more downhill over to Kuzma, and no foul called. It'll be just a bucket by Kyle Kuzma. Again, it looked like Watford planted a seed into the ground and just could not get the call there. 55-52. Did everything that he could. Maxey from the logo for the tie. Yes! Maxey pulling on up and tying this baby up. 8 seconds differentiating the shot clock from the game clock. And the Bucks will hold on to the ball. Here's a drive downhill over by Rollins, and he just was able to get a little bit of room against Justin Edwards. And the Sixers will hold for one more possession. Maxey over at the logo, having a staring contest with Rollins. And now Maxey wants to get things going. He passes it over to Grimes. Grimes outside to Walker. Walker with 3 seconds to go. He spins, he turns, he puts up a 2, can't get it, and that's going to do it. Rebounded by Miles Turner, and the first half is done. After the Sixers were up by 13 going on into the second quarter, they trail by 2. It's 57-55. As we go on into halftime, we'll be back for a halftime show in about 3 minutes or so, and we'll talk all about that first half in just a little bit. What is going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. Welcome on into the 76ers halftime show here on Play by Play with JJ. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button too. Andrew, what's going on, man? Shout out to you. Thanks so much for being on here. It's good to see you on here for some basketball coverage. I don't think you've heard me done basketball before, but in about 10 minutes or so, you'll probably hear some more if you stay on for that. My big takeaways from this first half tonight. Okay, so here's the positives. The positives was the first quarter. Everything that happened in that first quarter was great. Paul George comes on in, makes an impact. For some reason, they're giving him wide open space, and he's knocking down threes, and he looked like he was on a mission. He really did. He got things started, and he joined the party and came out with a lot of ferocity. He wanted to make a statement to this Bucks team, and he scored the first 11 points for the 76ers. That's great. And he was making a huge impact, not only on offense, but on defense too. There were a couple of times where the Bucks had chances to try to get into the paint. Here comes Paul George out of nowhere, just coming up with a steal as he was able to get on a couple of defenders and just made some really nice plays happen. So that stuff is really nice. He also had a couple of rebounds in that first quarter as well, just getting the missed shots that were being taken by the Bucks. So that is a positive that I take away. It just looked really good to see Paul George back out there. We all know that when Paul George is healthy, this guy can make an impact on the defensive side of the ball. He is their best perimeter defensive player, without a doubt. I don't think that there's any question about that. And he can knock down wide open shots. He can also take pressure off of Tyrese Maxey and make plays happen for himself too, and that's what makes him a really nice player. So what we saw in the first quarter from PG was sort of like the max player that we wanted, that we paid for out of Paul George. So again, it's just one sample size here, but that is a positive. And I look at that and I say, hey, good stuff. Good stuff. And hopefully he can have a very good second half. Also in that first quarter, too, Jared McKeon had a little three-pointer at the end. I thought that the Sixers' ball movement looked really good in that first quarter overall. I still can't understand why, when Tyrese Maxey and Jared McKeon are both out there, Jared McKeon is not looked upon as the point guard. I want Tyrese Maxey to take the shots. I like it when Maxey has the ball, don't get me wrong. But Jared McKeon is a pass-first type of a player. And when Tyrese is getting double-teamed, when he's getting trapped, I want somebody else to try to help him get out. I want somebody else to be able to take on over the game and be able to make a play. And Jared McKeon can do that. We saw it a lot last year, and for some reason they just have not given him the keys to do that so far this year, even though, again, he just came back from an injury not too long ago, but they send him down to the G League to play with the Delaware Blue Coats. He's getting action down there, and then he comes on up, and he's just not getting as much playing time. And when he's out there with Tyrese Maxey, he's the point guard. And Nick Nurse, I don't know if he sees that or not, but he's certainly not playing like he's the point guard. And that is still a little bit frustrating. What else? Justin Edwards' defense in that first quarter looked really strong too. I noticed that the Sixers were not trapping a lot. Last night and in a lot of previous games, how many times did we see the 76ers provide a double team in the half-court sets? It felt like a lot of times. And so they're trapping the ball handler. And the only reason why you trap a guy with the ball is you want to stop the hot shooter. So obviously if Steph Curry's going off, if Steph Curry's having one of his games, then you draw in the double team, right? If LeBron James is having himself quite a day and if he's shooting the ball very well, you double team him because that's what you're forced to do. And then you're forced to play 4-on-3 ball. With what happened last night, we saw that when Brandon Ingram came on in during the fourth quarter with with about 3:50 left to go, they started double teaming him in the half court, and then guys like Guys like Emmanuel quickly were getting wide open looks and knocking down threes, and it didn't make any sort of sense. I bring that up because tonight in the first quarter, I thought that the Sixers did a really good job utilizing Justin Edwards, and Edwards, I thought, really did great against guys like Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony looked really confused in that first quarter, and it just felt like that Justin Edwards was a tag, and he knew exactly what plays were coming and what Cole Anthony was going to do with that rock. And then the Sixers were winning out in transition. They were getting down the floor pretty easily, pretty quickly, and they were making plays happen. Serious Hardware, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that, man. Shout out to you. Let's talk about the bad, okay? For some reason, in the second quarter, Jabari Walker is getting backup center minutes. And I'm going to say it again. I want Janai Broome out there. I want to see what he can do. The Sixers are lacking size with no Joel Embiid and no Adem Bona. Now's the time to give Janai Broome a chance to see what he has. And if Janai Broome is not going to play, then again, you got to go to Dominic Barlow. So if Andre Drummond, who obviously has to take a seat, right? He obviously has to take a little bit of a breather. If he's going to be out for a little bit, I'm okay with Jabari Walker getting a couple of minutes, but when it comes to like 6-7 minutes, this guy's like 6'8", he's 6'7", and it's really hard for anybody to go up against a guy like Miles Turner to try to catch rebounds over him, So I can't understand why Nick Nurse continues to leave him out there when he's getting cooked on defense. And I'm not telling you that Janai Broome solves everything. I'm just saying that if you put out a taller guy out there, a guy who has better length and also a guy who can be physical, it's worth a shot. And for a guy like Janai Broome, think about it, right? Maybe this gives him a little bit of momentum. He's a rookie out there. He was just drafted this year, and there is no Adem Bona. There is no Joel Embiid. Maybe he has that chip on his shoulder, and maybe he has that little bit of energy. So that just doesn't make sense to me, and that, I thought, was part of the reason why the Sixers were not doing good in that second quarter. The Bucks start things off with a 10-0 run as the second quarter begins. You had a 33-20 lead after the first, and then all of a sudden it becomes a 3-point game. Tyrese Maxey's out. The ball movement, I thought, really wasn't getting stale. I know I said that in the moment, but when I really look back on it, the Sixers were moving the ball well. They weren't hitting their shots, and then for some reason, they couldn't get back on defense, and they were very slow. And when they did get back on defense, they were just double-teaming the ball handler again, leaving the wide-open shooter open, like Kyle Kuzma. You also had a wide-open dunk downhill from Miles Turner, and you're playing 3-on-1 basketball, right? It's a power play. It's like hockey. So they're going to try to take advantage of that, and that's what they did. Sixers were actually winning the rebound battle in the first quarter, and what do you expect in the second quarter? Because Jabari Walker's playing 6, 7, 8 minutes, well, they're getting eaten now on the glass too. The Sixers also, the three-point shooting got a little bit stale in that second quarter as well. I will say this too. I like Trendon Watford. This guy, though, coming off your bench over these last couple of games, has done a bad job turning the ball over. I think that we're starting to see why Trendon Watford is a guy who, again, not saying that he's a bad player, but I don't think he's put in the role to succeed. This guy is a rebounder who can facilitate, who can pass the ball, but if he brings the ball up so much, he's just going to turn it on over, or he's going to make a bad play. I'm watching him shoot a shot where he was looking to hand it off to somebody, and instead what he does is he's looking for the handoff. He has a lot of wide open space for the three. Then he takes the three, and he misses it. I thought that he was really quick, and he didn't really get set mentally to take that three because he did it so quickly. After looking for the handoff, he just shoots it like right away, and the shot clock was not going down. If that was the case, that's one thing, but that wasn't the case there. He had plenty of time to shoot it and just didn't come up with a good shot right there. Also, the other thing, too, that sort of kind of bugs me, and again, this doesn't really make a difference in this game, but Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon are not playing at all. Not saying that they should, but they're taking up 2 roster spots. Maybe those 2 roster spots, you could get length. Maybe you could use other guys in those 2 roster spots right there. That's something else that I sort of had to talk about and I had to emphasize too, because I think that that's a disgrace. I don't think that that's a good thing, and that's not on Nick Nurse, right? That's on roster construction when it comes to Daryl Morey. But yeah, those are my thoughts about the first half of this game. Let me know what you guys think down below. How do you think the Sixers have looked? What has been your takeaways from this game? Overall, first quarter, outstanding. Second quarter, not good at all. I am going to say this once and once only. If I see another flat third quarter tonight from this team, I'm going to bang my hand on the desk. I really am. It is sickening how often we've seen this team disappear in the third quarter and then be forced to climb out in the fourth quarter from a mountain. It's not right. As soon as you were down by 15 going into the fourth quarter, it's so tough to do that night in and night out just to make a comeback like that. So we better, at least the Sixers better tread water going on into this, going on into the fourth quarter. But see what happens. We shall see. But with that, we're ready to get things started with the third quarter. Again, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know how you guys feel down below about this game. Is Giannis playing? Giannis is not playing in tonight's game. He's out. I believe he's out for a couple of weeks. 57-55, Bucks lead it by 2. Third quarter underway. Trent Jr. wide open 3, and that's how things start. Gary Trent Jr. knocks it down from the near wing, and it's a 5-point lead for the Milwaukee Bucks. Sixers defense went MIA there. Maxey works around the screen set by Drummond, and now will hand it off over to George, who goes down the lane and tries to hand it off over to Drummond. Drummond almost lost the ball, tries to lay it up and in. There is a foul called, though a very late whistle on Miles Turner, who pushed him right from behind. And we will have some free throws. Tyrese Maxey, he has been a big positive. I didn't really get to talk about him. The man has 23 points in just the first half. 8 for 13 from the field and 2 steals. This guy is playing like an MVP, and he's the main reason why you're in this game. Him and Paul George. Foul shot number 1 by Andre Drummond. It goes in and out. Drummond, a career 55% foul shooter. There's one of the Sixers' assistant coaches over on the sideline talking to Tyrese Maxey. 60-55. Drummond trying to go 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. And the second foul shot is good as gold.
Excellent.
Sixers got to play D. Here's Cole Anthony again on a dribble handoff. Back over to Kuzma. Kuzma to Turner. Dribble handoff over to Kuzma, who runs downhill, gets it denied, but a foul called on Andre Drummond. Drummond thought that he got all ball there as he tried to knock it out of Kyle Kuzma's hands over on the left side of the post. And instead, a foul was called, and that'll put the Bucks at the line. See, to me, even if that was a foul, he was not going up for a shot there. So how is that considered to be a shooting foul is just my question. because he wasn't going up for a 2 there. Kuzma does miss the first foul shot. 7 points in 16 minutes for Kyle tonight, and 5 field goal attempts. He's made 3 of those. Also has 2 assists, 1 rebound, and 1 block. Does hit the second free throw. And it's a 61-56 ball game. Sixers trail by 5. Drummond with a screen. Maxey rolls around the screener. Looks to try to step back at the top of the key. Now drives it over towards the baseline and throws it away. It's intercepted by Kyle Kuzma. Looks like Miles Turner got a hand on it too, and Kuzma got the steal. Rollins working around the screen, a pick and roll action by Kuzma, and Kuzma just missed the layup. He had some space and just couldn't knock it down. Maxey shows him how it's done on the other side, and it's a 3-point game. 61-58. Again, Rollins looking for help, being guarded heavily by VJ Edgecombe. They dump it off over to Turner. Turner back to Green. Green gets it deflected out of bounds by Andre Drummond, who says, no, no, no. 61-58, and we played about a minute and 29 seconds in this, minute 39 seconds, really, in this third quarter so far. Here's Kuzma on an inbound pass over to Ryan Rollins, and his defender was Edgecombe. Couldn't stop him that time. Rollins got right into the dunker spot and was able to just lay it up with the left hand. Maxey wants a screen again. He'll zigzag into the lane. Now he's at the elbow. Zips it over to Edwards for a 3. And that's good. Or was that Paul George? It was Paul George. My bad. Paul George knocking it down from the near corner. Screen froze. Have to apologize about that. Excuses, JJ, but that is the truth. Little backdoor cut over to the basket by Kuzma. Nobody was guarding him, and he makes the layup anyways. Come on. George rolling towards the basket, slicing and dicing. Can't hit the layup, though. It was a tough shot. He had to spin. He was off balance. Kuzma got the board, and he gets tripped up by PG. Man, oh man, it's a game of inches sometimes. He almost had that. It was just rolling around the rim, and then it just twirled outside. But PG with a clutch 3 to make it a 65-61 deficit for the Sixers. Kuzma on the drive to the basket. Goes up with a jump shot over to Andre Drummond, and Drummond plays good defense, and he grabs his miss. Here's Paul George again at the foul line. Swings it outside. Ball now in Tyrese Maxey's hand. George being guarded by Kyle Kuzma, and we have a foul called, and that'll go against the Bucks. And George will go to the line. Ryan Rollins guarding him there, and PG will get some more free throws. That is the second personal foul by Ryan Rollins, who, by the way, needs 2 more assists to get himself a double-double. 65-61. George with the first free throw. Got it to go. Let's go. Doug! What's up, Doug? Sixers down by 3. So George 1 for 1 so far this trip from the line. He has 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 dimes as well. Here's the second foul shot by George. It's off the mark. Way too strong. Rebounded by Rollins. That's his 3rd board of the game. Green outside to Turner. Turner being guarded by Andre Drummond. Turner spinning, rolling towards the basket. Can't finish it, and we have a very late whistle called on Andre Drummond. Looked like Drummond was ready to go with that ball downhill, and then the referee said, nope, it's going to stay here, and we're going to have some more free throws as Drummond fouls Miles Turner in the act of shooting. Flyers just tied it up. Let's go. Who got the goal? Who got the goal, Steve? Let me know down below. So that's the 5th personal foul, by the way, on Andre Drummond. He's getting on into foul trouble. And again, you might want to consider putting Janai Broom out there, really. Foul shot number 1, that's good. and Andre Drummond is going to head on over to the bench. That might be one of the reasons why, and not to be a Debbie Downer here, but that might contribute as to why the Sixers lose tonight, because, again, he has 5 fouls. So that means he's done for the rest of the third quarter, and if the Bucks were smart, they would take advantage of that. Barlow does come on in for Drummond. Second foul shot by Turner. Won't go. It goes in and out. And rebounded by PG. Maxey over to Edgecombe on the outside. Sixers going from left to right on that side of the court. Maxey catches, puts up a 3. Too strong, and rebounded by A.J. Green. There were about 3 Bucks there, and Green was the one who caught it. He was the lucky man. The ball gets stripped on the other side. It's stolen by Maxey. Maxey the Edgecombe, who solos it and throws it down. Good steal by the Philadelphia 76ers. Paul George provided the defense. Good to have you back, PG. Here's Trent Jr. again, swinging it outside to Turner for a catch-and-shoot 3 on the quarter. That one won't go. Close but no cigar. Edgecombe rebound. Sixers could tie it with a 2 here. George with a 3 for the lead. No. And Turner comes up with his miss. Paul George shot the ball quickly. He misfired it, though. Kuzma on a drive to the basket. Here's a step-back J, though, by... Well, that's Ryan Rollins. This guy has just had a really good season, and he's sort of coming out of his shell compared to last year. We talked about it before. Averaged about 6 points per game last year. This year, about 18 points. It's been insane. Maxey rolling towards the rim, lays it up, and he can't lay it on in. Edgecombe trying to fight for the rebound, and a good job by Rollins, that is, to box him on out, and rebounded by A.J. Green. So the Bucks play more physical basketball. Rollins on the drive to the basket. Gets it stripped by Barlow. Intercepted by Barlow, too. Sixers again with the rock. Edwards on the drive over to the basket. Goes up with a hard 2, and he can't hit it. Another good defensive possession there by the Bucks. And here's a 5-on-4 possession by Kyle Kuzma. The tip back's no good. Kuzma couldn't hit the shot, and on the second time, couldn't hit that shot either. Maxey out in transition, lets it fly for a 3. And the Bucks are just going to slow the tempo down as Maxey misfires on another 3, and they will call for a timeout. Doc Rivers wants to talk things over with his ball club. Sixers down by 4 in this third quarter, and they have put up just 9 points. But they'll be back in just a little bit. Man, all right. Give room a little run. Small ball is killing us, says GSC. Yeah, that's what I've been saying, man. If Andre Drummond is in foul trouble, why not try Janai Broome? I mean, I said it before, and I'll continue to say it again. You took this guy in the draft, whether you like the pick or not. This guy is supposed to be a big. This guy is supposed to be... this guy is supposed to provide athleticism, whether you believe he has a defensive game or not, or if he's just a good offensive player. At this point, put Mo Bamba out there. I know that they don't have Mo Bamba anymore, but you know what I'm trying to say. You got to get bodies. You just do. It's not rocket science. It's not hard. Andre Drummond can only do so much, right? And you're going up against a taller team in the Bucks, and length might be the reason why you lose. So, it sucks. Nice go, orange and the black. It was Tyson Forster. Let's go. I heard he's getting looked at as a Rookie of the Year candidate. VJ Edgecombe, yeah. He's balling out this year. He's having a very good year. He went a little bit cold over his last couple of games before last night in that latter part of the second quarter, and in the fourth quarter too. He was doing really well, but I think that part of the problem was that Nick Nurse was sort of running him into the ground, and he sort of hit a rookie wall. Sometimes that ends up happening. You know, these guys can't put up 32 points a night every single night, especially these 20-year-olds who are rookies, right? Like you just can't expect that. That's just unfair. That's not right. They got to develop. They got to grow. They got to get experience. So, Mo Bamba. Hey, at this point, anything else, man? Oh, man. Tyrese Maxey and Paul George have scored 42 of the 64 points for the 76ers. Drummond isn't no young man anymore. He's not no young man anymore. Need to give him a break occasionally. Yeah, again, Adem Bona is not playing, right? And Joel Embiid's not playing, so you gotta be creative. Gotta try to make something happen there. All right, let's see what happens on defense for the Philadelphia 76ers. Defense! Trent Jr. gets the inbound pass, goes downhill, gets it swatted away by Barlow. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barlow, and the Bucks will still have possession. 8 seconds are left on the shot clock. Gosh. 68-64. That was a beautiful block there, downhill on the block. Cole Anthony gets the inbound pass, or actually he inbounded it over to Bobby Portis, and now Anthony on the drive to the basket has to put it up. Can't put it on in. There were about 2 seconds left on the shot clock. He had to hurry. It was forced. Good defense by Philadelphia. Maxey gets some space. Now he has a defender on him. He has to throw it away. Gives it over to Watford. Watford back to Maxey. Here's Edgecombe for a tray, and VJ Edgecombe from the near wing jackpots. Got the 3. Sixers trail by 1. 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Still plenty of time left in this game. You got Quentin Grimes back out there for Philadelphia. Portis Jr. wants to cross on over on Barlow. Here comes the double team. They swing it outside. It's intercepted by Watford. Watford to Maxey for the lead. Yes! Tyrese Maxey with a layup inside. Give him 27 points. 1 point lead for Philadelphia. 5.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Here's Gary Trent Jr., who catches, puts up a tray on the other side. Won't go. Rebounded by Watford, who spins out of a double team. Gives it over to Maxey. Maxey to Edgecombe, finding some space, just could not finish the layup. He had all day and night to shoot it too, and just could not hit the easy layup. Oh, that sucks. It's rebounded by the Bucks, 69-68. Man, he had so much space to operate there, just couldn't finish it. Portis capitalizes on a runner inside, and the Bucks get the lead back. We're riding the seesaw. Don't know why I played the air horn. Here's Maxey again to Grimes. Grimes to Watford down in the lane, putting up a little floater inside. Won't go again. Rebounded by Barlow. Didn't want to take the layup there. Maxey with the finger roll finish. Yes. Tyrese Maxey putting the team on his back. Here's Kuzma fighting through traffic on the other side. Count the bucket and a foul. And so we just continue to ride the seesaw. It's been a game of runs between both of these teams. It's back and forth in this third quarter, and Kyle Kuzma will get an and one opportunity as he was fouled by Trendon Watford on the other side. Darn it. Man, VJ has to hit that layup, dude. I know that was a tough angle for him to be able to just get by his defender, but you gotta be able to finish. So the Bucks now lead it by 2 as Kuzma capitalizes on the old-fashioned three-point play. 13 points for Kyle Kuzma. Grimes with some space. He puts up a tray, and that one goes in and out, and it's rebounded by Milwaukee yet again. They're out-rebounding the Sixers here in this third quarter, and that's one of the main reasons why the Sixers are down. Here again is Kyle Kuzma. Again, more pick and roll offense. Now they swing it around the timeline. Kuzma goes down the lane. Good defense by Philadelphia, but a late foul called. Man, there were about 2 seconds left on the shot clock, too. And Kyle Kuzma, who was buzzing his way over towards the mid-post, just put up a floater, and then he got fouled with about 2 seconds left on the shot clock there by VJ Edgecombe. Darn it. It's a shooting foul, which means we'll have some more free throws. The Bucks are also in the bonus too, so if the Sixers commit a foul on the floor, that's going to result in free throws anyways. Kuzma at the line. First foul shot gets the friendly roll. Man, How'd PG look to you? Paul George played outstanding in the first quarter. He scored the first 11 points. He played very well on defense. And then this third quarter, I got to tell you, he's been making the difference. He's one of the main reasons why they're in this game. It's him and Tyrese Maxey that are carrying the team. Foul shot number 2 by Kuzma. That's good, too. Sixers lineup, it's Maxey, Edgecombe, Watford, Barlow, and Grimes. No McKean out there as of now. Watford spinning, putting up a floater, contested, and he can't get it to go. Another rebound by Milwaukee again. It was Gary Harris that time cleaning up the glass. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to be played in this third quarter. Kuzma working past Edgecombe and makes it look so easy. It's been the Kyle Kuzma show over these last 2 minutes. He's taking over this third quarter, and Nick Nurse wants to call a timeout here to slow the momentum down as he should. 3 minutes, 34 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And, well, as Tyrese Maxey goes over to the sideline, we'll see what the Sixers have in store when they do return. I'm not so sure that Watford is better for us than Walker. You know, it's actually funny that you say that. I think that Trendon, and again, it's no disrespect to either of them because they hustle, right? But in regards to what this ultimately comes down to, and I have to be honest here. Guys, you have $50 million on your bench. If you really want to be real, you technically, I believe you have like $55 million on your bench because you're missing a Dembona, you're missing the big fella, and you're missing Kelly. It sucks. And if Joel Embiid is healthy, then Watford's minutes go down. That's something else that you have to think about because the Sixers play a different style with Joel Embiid out there. So Watford, maybe there's a different role for him, right? Because now the ball is going through Joel's hands too. So is Trendon Watford now on the ball as much? No. So that does change things. That is a game changer. Not to try to make excuses, but from a roster construction perspective, that does impact things. I can't just ignore that. With that being said, though, you're right. Because Trendon Watford and Jabari Walker, with how they play, it looks very similar, except that Watford's a better passer. Unfortunately, though, he's turning the ball over a little bit, and I can't deny that. So he has to be better, but I also feel like that part of the blame, again, I will continue to beat this drum, is on the head coach for just isolating a lot of the time, and when he does get Watford involved, Watford is driving towards the lane, and he's kicking it out for no reason. And really the reason is to try to just give it back over to Tyrese Maxey and make him make a play. Shoot the ball. If you're on a drive to the basket and you have a wide open lane, take the damn shots. Why are we passing it away? Sorry, that was my little rant. Watford back out there for the Philadelphia 76ers. We'll see what they have in store on offense. Grimes gets the ball. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. They got to put up a shot here. Maxey goes down the hill. He goes up with a reverse layup from the near corner, and he got it to go. Time was expiring, and Tyrese Maxey made a play happen. Sixers trail by 4. Rollins kicking it out, and, well, They have a little advantage here. The ball gets stripped. It's knocked loose by Tyrese Maxey and stolen by Maxey on the other side. Grimes again at the top of the key. Good defense by Tyrese. The ball was lost by Gary Harris, too. Watford sets a screen. Here's Grimes with a tray again. And that one is a little bit short. And it's rebounded by Rollins yet again. Gosh, he's just making some really good plays. Anthony throws it out of bounds, but it was deflected by a 76er. I believe that he was trying to give it downhill over to Jericho Sims, but it was just tipped by Philadelphia. They give Watford too much responsibility. Walker keeps it simple and rebounds more. I think I'd rather have Walker shooting threes too. I'm with you there. Jared McCain is back out there for Philadelphia. Here's a spin-around, turnaround jump shot, and that's no good. Good defense by McCain there as Cole Anthony missed that too. Maxey zips it to McCain. He catches and puts up a three, and that is short again. They wanted McCain to fire the trigger. Rebounded by Milwaukee. Outlet pass to Bobby Portis. Sixers get back on defense. Good job out in transition. The ball swatted away out of Portis' hands by Watford. Speaking of the devil, here's Grimes on a little fast break, but he gets called for a travel. Gosh. Simple turnovers here in this third quarter. He just turned the ball over as soon as he got the ball. They actually said that he stepped on out of bounds. He was on the far corner. His left foot was actually on the black line, and that's what the turnover was. It was the right call. It was just a bad play. Portis gets the inbound pass, and he goes up with an elbow J and knocks it on down. Can't really play better defense there. That's just lack of size. Maxey to Grimes. Grimes back over to Maxey at the logo again. Maxey looking to find Grimes, and he throws it away. Another turnover. That's now 2 straight turnovers by this Philadelphia 76ers team. And the Bucks trying to take advantage yet again. McCain with the full court press here all over Ryan Rollins. 79-73. 1:20 left to go in the third quarter. McCain playing defense on Rollins. Can he stay on him is the question. He's looking to pass it outside. Rollins giving it back over to Sims, and it's deflected on out of bounds by Philadelphia. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and we'll see if the Sixers can force a turnover here. We got 1 minute and 11 seconds left to go in this third quarter. We'll have an inbound underneath the baseline. There's a catch-and-shoot three by Rollins from the near corner, and he couldn't get it to go. Again, good defense. Watford lost the ball, though, on a steal by Milwaukee. Wide open three, no good, and Watford gets the rebound. Gosh, how did he lose the ball there? McCain thought about throwing up a three, but we have a whistle on the other side on Milwaukee. Oh, man. Maxey got it out in the fast break and ended up giving it over to Jared McCain. And there was a personal foul on Cole Anthony. That's why there was a whistle. Maxey looking to inbound it over to Barlow. Barlow to Maxey. One more to McCain. Near corner three. Jackpots! 51.9 seconds left to go. Just what the doctor ordered for Jared McCain. Give him now 8 points in this one. Here again is Cole Anthony on the drive to the basket. A kick out over to Portis. Portis with a 2-pointer, and it was just way too strong. Rebounded by Quentin Grimes. Grimes to Maxey. One more to McCain for the tie. It's short, and Watford can't get the rebound. He was boxed out by Portis. Portis volleyballed it into the hands of Ryan Rollins. 23 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Rollins has the ball. All eyes on him. Grimes, his defender. He's still at half court. He gets a screen. Goes towards the rack. Goes up with a reverse layup and got it to go. 81-76. 8 seconds left now for the Sixers. Maxey steps back, launches a three, and that one's short again. It goes on out of bounds. Last touch by the Bucks, and the Sixers will still have possession of the ball with 1.3 seconds left in this third quarter. Well, at least they didn't get blown out in this third quarter. That's the good news. The bad news is that they're down by 5. There was a technical foul called on Bobby Portis. I want to see this again. Portis tried to go up with a rebound. Ryan Rollins was also there, and so was Quentin Grimes. And Maxey will head to the line and shoot the technical foul shot, and he puts it up and puts it on in. We got a post-game show after this game is done, so make sure that you guys stay on for that. We got Watford going on over to the bench. It's Jared McCain, Quentin Grimes, and can't see who else is out there. Barlow, Grimes, Watford. Nope, Watford's on the bench. Why didn't they update it? McCain is out there too. Dominic Barlow's in. They look to give it over to Paul George. George puts up a prayer. It's up. It's no good, and that'll do it. We're going to go into the fourth quarter. Philly only down by 4. And we'll see if they can come back again in this fourth quarter. 32 points by Tyrese Maxey, 17 for Paul George. I had Maxey with 35. I said that the final score was going to be 120-105 Milwaukee. And I think that I'm probably going to be incorrect about that. All right. Grimes drives me nuts. He had a wide open 3 there. I know. He did have a wide open 3 there. I mean, we saw a play where VJ Edgecombe, too, had a wide open layup, and he just couldn't finish it. I mean, like, what's going on, man? Flyers win it in OT. If the ball isn't falling from behind the arc, you got to start going to the net until you start to heat on up. And see, these guys don't realize that, man. They really don't. They overthink the game. I'm telling you. It's all on the coaching staff. A lot of it is. Travis Sanheim. Woo! Let's go. Another overtime win. I just had to play that. Let's go. Oh, man. What's up, Scott? How are you, my friend? Still not fully recovered yet from this cold. Give me 1 second. Where is my camera? Where the heck is my camera? There it is. Hold up. Okay. All right, let's go. Time to start off the fourth quarter. Let's go. Maxey to Grimes. Grimes gets it on the outside, finds McCain wide open, steps back, puts up a 3 again. Jared McCain can't get it. Barlow offensive rebound for the Sixers. A kick out to Grimes again for a 3. That's way too strong. McCain tries to go for the rebound. It goes off of his hand and into the breadbasket of Jericho Sims. Man, they had some opportunities to try to cash in some shots, and they got the looks, just could not knock them down. Portis with a floater, got it. Bobby Portis Jr. throwing back the clock. Give him 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 for 10 shooting-wise from the field in the paint. George swings it outside. McCann, another wide-open 3, and that one won't go. Barlow rebound. Here's Maxey with the tray, and finally Tyrese Maxey just says, you know what, I got this, boys. 35 for Tyrese Maxey. Sixers got to play defense again. Here we go. At the top of the key, it's Gary Harris. Harris dumps it off over to Rollins. A foul line jumper. Got it to go. It razzled and dazzled on in. Sixers actually played very strong defense there. It was Dominic Barlow guarding him. Just better offense. George, foul line Jay on the other side. He can hit that one too. Paul George and Tyrese Maxey have combined to score 54 points in this game. And that's been very good to keep the Sixers alive. 10:15 left to be played in the fourth quarter. Portis with an elbow J over Paul George. Friendly bounce, no good. And Jared McCain snatches another rebound again. Here's Maxey again at the top of the key. He says, give me the rock. He steps back. Foul line, J. Good. 85-84. Bullseye. Tyrese Maxey drawing it up and measuring it and hitting it with ease. 9:45 left to be played in the fourth quarter. Portis trying to box out Paul George. George stayed on him. And, well, he missed the little floater. Maxey to George. George at the far wing on the three-point line. Now gives it back over to Tyrese Maxey from the logo for three. Tyrese Maxey, he's on fire. He has 40 points in this game and hit that one from Steph Curry range. And we have a timeout taken by Doc Rivers. As soon as he threw that up, he went over to the sideline because he knew that a timeout was going to be called by Milwaukee. Let's go! Drop those Maxey emotes down below, my members, if you are here. Let's go. Oh, gosh. What's up, Lou? How are you, my friend? You called it 35 for Maxey. That's 40, baby. It looks like he was going to get 50 last night with the way that he was going off in that first quarter. Well, maybe something a little bit different tonight. 15 for 24. Tyrese Maxey and Paul George have combined to put up 35 field goal attempts. Gosh, this is beautiful. Let's go. All right, another sip of water. We still got plenty of game left to go. Dude, that was from 31 feet. This man pulls up from Mars. It's just like, you're going to leave me on an island all by myself? I have that range. And he does. He does, man. Sick. All right, 9:26 left to go in the fourth quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, who lead it by 2. Maxey's going to play the entire fourth quarter, right? By the way, Dominic Barlow, no points for him. That's sort of a surprise for me. He has 6 rebounds, but no points. And Andre Drummond got into foul trouble, so we'll see when he comes back on in. Just keep them in this game. Excuse. Keep them in this game. I promise you. We're going to be okay. I'm not dying. Just still trying to get over that cold. Edgecombe steps back on in for Jared McCain. And the Sixers got to play defense again. Maxey guarding the ball here. A.J. Green gets some space, puts up a three-pointer around the screen, and Tyrese Maxey got his rebound. A 10-2 run by Philadelphia. Edgecombe on the outside of the Pfizer V Forum sign, and now he'll back on up to the three-point line. He's at the foul line. Euro step inside, floater, no good. It's a little short. Offensive rebound by Edgecombe. Here's Grimes with a tray again. Quentin Grimes tonight just 2 for 7 from beyond the arc. He is not hitting his threes. So that sucks. Hollins with a step-back 3 over Paul George. Got it. It's too easy for him. This guy is just so good, and he is really just tearing the Sixers up like what he's been doing throughout this whole entire year against other NBA teams. He is Just a diamond in the rough that they found. George to Barlow, downhill on the block, and finally Dominic Barlow gets his first 2 points, and the Sixers are back up by 1. 8:15 left to be played in the fourth quarter. Again, we got outside shooting from A.J. Green, and he knocks that one down. Again, a nice 3-point shot by Milwaukee, and they take the lead again. A.J. Green from 25 feet. Maxey at the top of the key, giving it over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe has space. He fires the trigger, and he hits a 3-2. Got it from the far wing. Didn't think he was going to shoot it, and he surprised everybody, and he hit his second tray of the game. Here's a drive again by Milwaukee, and that time the layup was no good. George got the rebound for Philadelphia. Rollins missed the layup. Maxey with a baseline jumper, and that one rims out, and Barlow touches it, and it goes off the hands of Bobby Porter and out of bounds. Man, what do you think the Phillies will do with Kyle Schwarber? I have no clue, man. I think that they're going to try to bring him back, but I don't know, man. Paul George getting some space, finding Maxey in the far corner. His 3-point shot, no good again. Edgecombe with another offensive rebound. That's the 6th offensive board by the Sixers in this quarter alone, and Paul George throws it away. Gosh, he was trying to give it over to Tyrese Maxey. Maybe now's the time to ISO PG. I mean, he was looking to give it back to Maxey, and he just threw it so high, he couldn't even catch it. 7:12 left to be played in quarter number 4. The lineup out there for the Bucks, it's Kuzma, Turner, Green, Rollins, and Harris. And for the Sixers, they got Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Dominic Barlow, and Quentin Grimes. 7 minutes left to go. When do you bring in Andre Drummond? Here's Kuzma, who lost the ball, goes out of bounds. It'll be Sixers basketball. When do you bring him back on in? Come on. Maxey gets the inbound pass again. Maxey to Edgecombe at the Pfizer V Forum sign. They won't double-team Tyrese Maxey. Now George gets it down the lane, goes up with a high-arcing layup, and got it to go. Sixers up by 3, 6:35 left to be played in the fourth quarter. Again, here again is Rollins kicking it out to Green on the perimeter. He's at the Toyota sign. Paul George, 22 minutes and 21 points in those 22 minutes. Again, Kuzma trapped, puts up a tray, and good defense by Tyrese Maxey. Rebound again by Edgecombe. Edgecombe trying to go coast to coast. Maxey gets the steal as Green got the rebound, and he knifed his way and just took the ball away from him like it was his lunch money. Here's Grimes on a layup inside. It's good! Timeout by Doc Rivers. Tyrese Maxey fighting for an extra possession, and the Sixers showing some grit and good signs of life as well. Let's go. Hard-fought rebounds, extra possessions, and lots of physicality. Where was this last night? Where was it, man? Bucks only have 2 timeouts left, by the way. Sixers still have 4. I will step aside. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. getting extra possessions on rebounds and capitalizing and knocking down shots. It's great. Lots of threes being attempted in this game. I agree. But I love the physicality down low on the block. It's fun. It really is. Gary Trent Jr. will step back on in for the Milwaukee Bucks. Guys, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. We need to get to 100 likes. If you guys have not hit that thumbs up button, what are y'all waiting for? Let's go, man. Let's go. I'm fired up. Gotta finish the game strong. Defense! Defense! 16-6 run by Philadelphia, and the Bucks now have the rock. Here's Kuzma, who gets it from his man Rollins. Kuzma lost the ball, and it's intercepted by Dominic Barlow. Excuse me. Here's Maxey with a little alley-oop pass to Edgecombe. It's good. I almost said Scott Barlow. I meant to say Dominic Barlow. Got a little tongue-tied there. Not good. Rollins with an alley-oop pass to Miles Turner, and they respond on the other side. Maxey got a little banged up there, but he does get back on over on offense. 20 points for the Sixers off of the turnovers by the Bucks. It's PG, Maxey, Edgecombe, Barlow, and Grimes. PG throws it away. It's taken by the Bucks. Again, Trent Jr. on the outside trying to set up a play here. And now the ball goes back into Rollins' hand as he drives it from the left side of the lane and goes downhill with a head of steam and ends up rolling it on in, layup there, and a timeout by Nick Nurse and Philadelphia. So the lead is down to 3 for the Sixers. And with that, we're going to take another step off, and we'll be right back. All right, here we go. Maxey gets the inbound pass, dumps it off over to VJ Edgecombe again on the perimeter. Edgecombe running towards the lane, puts up a tough 2. It's short again. VJ Edgecombe not able to find it on home, and the Bucks can tie it with a 3 or cut the deficit to 1 with a 2. Really important for the Sixers to try to get some defensive stops here if they want to try to increase their lead. Kuzma back outside, and Rollins with a tray for the tie. Maxey grabs the rebound, leaps on over Miles Turner. Maxey on the other side through hard contact, and is it an offensive foul? It is. Gosh. Wonder if the Sixers will challenge this. It looked like, I mean, I have to see a replay here, but maybe, just maybe, Rollins or Green's feet were set. Was it? Yeah. It was Kuzma. It was Kyle Kuzma. It was down low in the paint. And his feet were set. Got to be careful. Don't want a technical foul there. The Sixers are actually going to call a timeout, and they will challenge this. I don't think that it's going to be successful, to be honest with you. 4 minutes exactly left to go. If the Sixers lose this challenge, then each team will be down to 2 timeouts. I don't know. I thought that was an offensive foul looking at it from a replay perspective, but maybe they see something else. I don't know. They called it a charge on Tyrese Maxey, and they just went over to a break. 49 more likes till we get to 100. Let's go. Arby says has to be changed to an and one. I don't know, man. I thought that maybe his feet were set. I'd have to see another replay, though, but I thought looking from the first replay that they showed us, and that was the only one that I saw, looked like his feet were set there. In my eyes. Let's look again. Rollins' heels were on the restricted arc, so therefore it is a successful challenge by Philadelphia. Maxey gets the layup and will go to the line for one more. I did not think that was going to be successful, but now looking at it, yep, his heels were on that line. That was the right call. Good job by Nick Nurse, man. Here's Maxey's foul shot. It's good. 43 points for Tyrese Maxey. Excellent. All right, 101-95, 3:53 left to go in this fourth quarter. Trent Jr. gets the dribble handoff. He's back out there for the Bucks. They give it back to Rollins at the logo. Rollins on the drive. He'll bounce pass it over to Turner, who pump fakes, puts up a 3. Miles Turner from the corner knocks it on down. It's back to a one-possession game. So the Sixers do get that third timeout back, and now they're going to utilize it here as Tyrese Maxey says, yep, let's call for time. 3:27 left to go in the fourth quarter, and now the Sixers have 2 timeouts left, and so do the Milwaukee Bucks. That was a big challenge there. I got to write that down in my notes, man. All right, need to start working a bit of the clock now. Yeah, you do. Doing a better job in this fourth quarter. I can't deny that. Excuse me. 1, the challenge. Putting that in my notes right now. All right. Excuse. This is, by the way, the first of 4 matchups between the Sixers and the Bucks. Next time that these two teams play, it'll be on December 5th, back at the Pfizer V Forum. And then they play in Philadelphia twice, including one game, I believe it's to end the season. It's on April 12th. I believe that's the last game of the season for the Philadelphia 76ers. Let's look again. Is that the last game? It is. It is. Nice. Sixers are 8-6 on the season, looking to go 9-6 against these Milwaukee Bucks. Barlow back out there for the Philadelphia 76ers too. Maxey gets the inbound pass, and we have a turnover called. Gosh. What is going on? A turnover by Tyrese Maxey. Did he step in the backcourt? Is that what it was? Gosh. Not what you wanted. Rollins at the top of the key for the Milwaukee Bucks. Dribbles with the right hand. Swings it outside to A.J. Green. Steps back. Pump fakes over Quentin Grimes. Now has nobody on him. Puts up a 3. And we are tied. It's 101-101 A.J. Green making shots down the stretch for the Milwaukee Bucks. He's 3 for 5 from downtown. He's an assassinator. Grimes to Edwards. Edwards back outside to Grimes for a 3, and Grimes can't hit it. It goes in and out. And we have another rebound by Milwaukee. Again, no Andre Drummond in this fourth quarter here. Barlow gets a steal, but there is a whistle called, and that's going to go on Milwaukee. It was a foul on Miles Turner. So the Sixers could get the lead back on this possession here. He didn't foul out, right? He had 5 fouls. Didn't he have 5 fouls? Or am I tripping? Am I tripping, or did he have 5? He had 5 fouls. I don't understand why he's not back out there. Edgecombe back over to Justin Edwards. Edwards to Maxey. Maxey with a tray. Got it! Yes! Maxey now with 49 points in this ball game. And he's able to hit one from 23 feet. Scratch that. That's now 46 for Tyrese Maxey. 9 assists and 4 rebounds as well. Rollins going down the lane. Tough finish over Tyrese Maxey. Phenomenal defense. Just better offense by Ryan Rollins. Maxey at the logo. Dumps it off to Edgecombe. Edgecombe back to Maxey. Maxey looking for giving it back to Edwards. Again, another 3. That was way off. Did not even hit the rim. 1:45 left to go. This is where Maxey has to take on over, man. 1:40 left. Bucks fans rising on their feet. Sixers need a stop on defense. Green outside over to Turner. Turner swings it out. A catch-and-shoot 3 by Kuzma. Way too strong. Edgecombe rebound for the Sixers. And again, they lead it by 1. Edgecombe to Maxey. What's Tyrese going to do? He's on the perimeter. He swings it over to Edwards. It's a beautiful 3-point shot. Look, and Edwards cannot hit it. It goes on in and out. Maxey zipped it from the far wing over to the near corner where Edwards had all day and night to shoot it, and it went in and out of the bowl. 1 minute left. Bucks have the ball. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Hollins to Trent Jr. at the top of the key. Takes it to the foul line, and there's a whistle called. It's a charge on Milwaukee. That is a big turnover, and the Bucks are going to challenge this. They're going to go back to the Jumbotron to see if this is an offensive foul, but they do call a charge on A.J. Green. And the Sixers again will be back. Gosh, let's go. The green light is on, which means that the Bucks are challenging. Maxey made the right play there, too, to give it up to Justin Edwards on that near corner for that wide-open 3. Edwards just missed it. Some of these shots, man, hate to say it, but some of these shots are just going in and out. There's 53.8 seconds left in this game. Will it be Sixers ball? Is the question. Can't understand why Andre Drummond's not back out there. What do they think? It's a change of tempo. It's that right arm, man. It's an offensive foul, so the challenge is unsuccessful, and Milwaukee is down to 1 timeout. Wow. It's 104 to 103. Sixers up by 1. There's Tyrese Maxey back out there for the Sixers. What a game for him. 46 points for Tyrese Maxey. And he will get the ball back on offense. 50 seconds to go. They swing it over to Grimes, and now Edgecombe has it at the logo. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Edgecombe looking to dump it off over to Maxey. Now 8 seconds to go. Maxey crosses on over. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Maxey lost the ball. It's stolen away by Gary Trent Jr. That was awful. And he just dribbled right into contact. Maxey did get back. He rotated very well. And we have a pass over to Kyle Kuzma downhill. Almost lost the ball again. Turner for three. Got it. Miles Turner with a three. And he hits it in the face of a Sixers defensive player. And we have a timeout taken. Gosh. Terrible play call there by Nick Nurse, too, to give it over to Maxey. It was really just a horrible play call because Edgecombe had the ball, right? And Edgecombe's not moving. And then Tyrese Maxey comes up, gets the dribble handoff, and Maxey's dribbling on into the lane when clearly he's being blitzed. And then the ball gets turned on over, and the Sixers almost came away with a steal. Kyle Kuzma made an incredible pass, though, over to a wide-open Miles Turner on the three-point line. Straightaway three, and the Bucks have the lead. It's 106 to 104. Each team has one timeout left. Rollins with 26, Miles Turner with 14, but that three was an absolute firework. And it could be the dagger, too. Gosh. Man. Sixers' next game will be on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock PM Eastern Time. So we'll have coverage on that. And then we got the Eagles at 4:25. One timeout left after the Sixers get to advance the ball here. So they trail by 2, 14.8 seconds left to go. Edgecombe, Barlow, Grimes, Edwards. Where's Maxey? He's out of the picture. Edgecombe inbounds it over to Barlow. Now Tyrese Maxey gets it. 11 seconds left to go. Maxey crosses on over, goes down the lane, goes up with a hard layup inside, and a foul is called. That's going to be on Milwaukee. Maxey did get tripped up there. I was surprised that they actually called the foul because there were a couple of times where this guy was driving so hard to the rim and he just did not get the call. The foul is on Kuzma. Sixers obviously got to hit both of these foul shots. That goes without saying. Maxey at the line. The first free throw is good. And he'll swish it. It is 106 to 105. 7 seconds to go. Come on! He is 47 in this game. I just can't let this team see a guy after the All-Star break. I hear you, man. Maxey for the tie. Can he get it? He does.
Excellent.
Timeout, Doc Rivers. That's Milwaukee's final timeout. Maxey has 48 points, and yet we're tied. Paul George is not out there. He's played 25 minutes in this game. Gosh. Ay. It's never easy. It's never easy watching this team. PG really can't play one more minute. It's ridiculous. Where's PG? Where's Andre Drummond? Come on, man. Edgecombe, by the way, 9 rebounds. This guy has been playing really, really well in this fourth quarter again. Maxey 17 for 28 from the field. All right, here we go. Kuzma getting ready to inbound the ball. George is back out there for defense. They give it over to Rollins. Rollins to Kuzma, and we have a foul called. Sixers did have a foul to give. They did. And that was Tyrese Maxey who committed the foul. 4.2 seconds left in this fourth quarter. That was smart that they did that. And now Kuzma will inbound it, and Paul George will defend it. They give it over to Rollins. Here's Rollins on the outside for the dagger. It's up, air ball, no good. We're going to overtime. We get free basketball. Let's go. Great defense on the outside by the 76ers to force him to go up with that prayer. All right. They got Paul George back in. Quentin Grimes' defense on Ryan Rollins was A+. It was. Wow. Good for Grimes to stop that shot. And again, Paul George's defense made the impact there too. You know, they did a good job. As soon as the ball was inbounded the first time, Tyrese Maxey fouled Kuzma, I believe it was right away, or Rollins, excuse me. And then as they inbounded it again, they knew that they were going to go to Rollins on the outside, and Quentin Grimes stayed on him and played A+ defense. So, I don't know. I disagree on Drummond, says JSC. He looked like he was on the back end of a back-to-back tonight. Playing Barlow was huge for giving us a chance. The only reason why I say Drummond is because he's the guy. He gives you size, and eventually Barlow does have to rest. Do I think Barlow's done a good job keeping up with pace? Yes, but he's just so much smaller compared to Miles Turner. He just is. And it sucks because you're very thin. You really are. You're so thin. But I don't know. We're going to OT. Let's see if we can pull out a win here. Do they have enough energy left in this overtime is the question. I don't know. Tyrese Maxey has been doing it all tonight. Really has. So Paul George will take a seat. Andre Drummond will step on in for Dominic Barlow now. Interesting. Sixers are 1-0 in overtime. The Bucks are also 1-0 as well. Hit that thumbs up button, people. Let's go. Maxey, Drummond, Edgecombe, Grimes, and Edwards are out there for the Sixers. And again, Drummond has 5 fouls. Drummond tips it over to Tyrese Maxey, who will start things off with the ball. Sixers going from left to right. And we start off overtime. Maxey gets some space, puts up a tray, in and out it goes. Rebounded by Miles Turner. Miles Turner with his 10th rebound of the game. He has a double-double. Also, Ryan Rollins with a double-double too. 26 points and 13 rebounds for him. Kuzma dribbling around the screen. Rollins goes up with a shot. It's blocked, I believe, by Tyrese Maxey. And Grimes comes up with the rebound. Maxey to Grimes. Inside, outside to Edwards on the near corner. And Justin Edwards fires and hits from the near corner. It's a 3. 109 to 106. The Sixers up by a trace. Rollins rolling down the lane. Good defense by Drummond. They'll reset on the outside. Trent Jr. going behind his back at the foul line. Now goes to the elbow, goes behind his back again, puts up a 2, and Quentin Grimes with the rebound. Paul George waving him, saying, go, go, go. Grimes hands it off to Drummond. They give it back outside to Edgecombe. Now one more to Maxey. Maxey floats it up and gets it to go. 51 points for Tyrese Maxey. And timeout taken by the Bucks. That's how you start off OT. Getting a W here tonight would be big. Let's go. Oh boy. 111 to 106. Let's go, chat! Come on! Get this win. Get this W, please. Oh, man. Can we take half of Embiid's money and give it to Maxey for overworking him? Seriously. This guy is carrying the team right now. It's insane. They can't lose tonight, man. Great 3-2 by Justin Edwards. I know that Edwards has not hit his shots tonight. But finally, he got that 3 to go. They put up 51 threes in this game, the Sixers. 51 threes. All right. Here's Rollins. Gets the inbound pass. Gets at the top of the key. Now on the elbows. Swings it outside to Kuzma, who catches and fires the 3. It's no good. Turner tried to get the rebound, and Quentin Grimes almost intercepted it, but it goes out of bounds off of his fingers. Is Paul George in? He is not in. Can I take a message? 3:25 left to go in overtime. Rollins swings it outside to Turner. He catches and puts up a 3, and that's too strong. Edgecombe grabs his 10th rebound of the game. I believe that's his first career double-double. And Grimes, who tries to go outside the Drummond, gets it deflected, and it goes out of bounds. Is that his first career double-double for VJ? No, that's his second one. Remember, he had 12 points and 11 rebounds against the Chicago Bulls. So it's his second career double-double. 111-106, 3:09 left to go. Edgecombe rolling around the screen, gives it over to Edwards. And Justin Edwards looking to hand it off over to Edgecombe. Another 3 by VJ Edgecombe. No. Drummond gets the rebound, throws it away over to Tyrese Maxey's way. Maxey couldn't catch it. But Andre Drummond says, my bad. The throw was low. Maxey was cut into the basket. And Andre Drummond made the wrong decision there. Here's a block on the other side, but a foul called on Drummond. It is a shooting foul. And we'll have some free throws coming on up as Dominic Barlow will step on in. And with that, Andre Drummond's night is done because that's his 6th foul. Let's look again. Yep. So Andre Drummond has fouled out. Only has 3 points tonight. That's terrible. So Dominic Barlow will step back on in, and we'll have some free throws for the Milwaukee Bucks. A lot to talk about after this game is done, folks. We got a lot to discuss. Foul shot number 1, and that is good. For a second, I thought maybe he was going to spin out. Ryan Rollins with now 26 points in this game. He's playing so well. Can't say it enough. Rollins, another foul shot, straight on, good. It's 111 to 108. 2:40 left in overtime. Almost halfway done this OT quarter. Tyrese Maxey at the logo. Gets a pick from VJ Edgecombe. And now Maxey rolls to the basket, kicks it out to Barlow, swings it over to Edwards at the foul line. His jumper is up and in. My gosh, Justin Edwards shot it off the dribble with the shot clock expiring and made a 2 there, and that worked. Good improvisation. Here's a floater by Bobby Portis, and he goes over Edwards and has his way. 2:05 left to go in overtime, and the Sixers have the ball. 7-4 run by Philadelphia again. Maxey on the outside of the Toyota sign, crosses on over, gives it up over to Grimes, and Quentin Grimes gives it back to Maxey, who lost the ball, turns it on over. Hollins will try to go to the layup line and hit a 2, and he does, and it's now a 1-point ball game with 1:40 left. Bad turnover there by Tyrese Maxey. Gary Trent Jr. got the steal, and Ryan Rollins hit the layup. Grimes over at the elbow, steps on outside. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. All eyes on him. He steps into a 3 and knocks it down. The shot clock was going down to 1. He wanted the isolation and got his defender all on an island by himself. Here's another shot by Ryan Rollins again, and he hits a 2 from the foul line. A free throw line jumper by Ryan Rollins to keep the Bucks within striking distance. Gosh, now you might want to double team him. I don't know. He's been starting to heat up. Grimes again going towards the lane, goes up with a 2 inside and is fouled very hard as he hits the deck. 58 seconds left to go. Quentin Grimes will go to the line for 2. I mean, the whole isolation ball from Quentin Grimes there, I know that it worked, but sometimes, I mean, I know that, look, he had a defender in his face and he made the shot, but again, it's not always a recipe for success. 11 points in this game for Grimes, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. That was a clutch shot, though. Foul shot number 1 by Grimes. Good. Excuse. Let's go. We're trying to get to 100 likes, baby. Let's go. Foul shot number 2. No good. Offensive rebound by Bolo, and the Sixers will reset. Grimes again. Another drive to the basket. Foul called on Milwaukee. That's on Kyle Kuzma, and that would be his 4th personal foul. Grimes will go back to the line. Let's go. Barlow got that offensive rebound thanks to that tip by VJ Edgecombe. Grimes' first free throw goes in, and the Sixers lead it by 2 possessions. Let's go. Yes. Well, I bet on PG to get 8.5 rebounds and assists on minutes restriction. That's not smart. Second free throw by Grimes. Good. He's closing out the deal.
Excellent.
119-114. Grimes with 14 points. He scored the last 5 for the Sixers. Rollins outside to Kuzma for a 3. Kuzma's 3-pointer's off. Portis Jr. offensive rebound. Trent Jr. his 3. That's airballed. Maxey gets the rebound. He'll hold on to it. 32 seconds left to go. Maxey gives it off over to VJ Edgecombe. Edgecombe back to Maxey. They're trying to play keep away, milk that clock down. Milwaukee not fouling yet, and finally they do so. 22.7 seconds left to go. AJ Green with the foul. Yes. Tyrese Maxey with a 50-burger tonight. Maxey at the line. First free throw, good. 120 to 114 with 22.7 seconds left to go in overtime. Cole Anthony will step on in for Kyle Kuzma. A lot to break down once this game is done. Another shot by Maxey. He gets it.
Excellent.
The Bucks have the rock. Here's Rollins with a step-back tray. No good. And it's volleyballed into the backcourt. Last touch by the Milwaukee Bucks. Are they going to say it was last touch by the Sixers? Nick Nurse wants to challenge this. He will challenge this. And they will. 13.1 seconds left to go. Nick Nurse is like, what do I have to lose here? Yep. He called for a challenge, and he will get his wish. Let's go. Ball went out of bounds. Looked like I thought it was last touch. It was really tough to tell who touched it last. But the call originally was that the Sixers touched it last. It was Quentin Grimes. Tyrese freaking Maxey. Drop the zeros in the chat. Let's see again on this replay here who touched it last. I think he might have a case. Tough to tell, though. Was it Cole Anthony or Quentin Grimes? The call was overturned. Sixers retaining their timeout. And now, all they have to do is inbound it, and they win. 52 points tonight for Tyrese Maxey, which does tie a career high. So Watford will inbound it over to Maxey, and that is going to do it. Will they play the foul game? They will. 12 seconds left in overtime, and Tyrese Maxey is going to go to the line to shoot 2 more free throws. I mean, why even play the foul game now? It doesn't make any sort of sense. Just adding on to his points at this point. It's icing on the cake. As he knocks down the first foul shot, Tyrese Maxey is 11 for 13 from the line in this game. What an effort tonight by him. This was an MVP type of a performance. And he does knock down the second foul shot. AJ Green is going to dribble this one out, and the Sixers are going to hang on and beat the Milwaukee Bucks by a final score of 123 to 114. Let's go! Woo!
Excellent.
Let's go! They got the W! Let's go, baby! Let's go, baby. Wow. What a win. What a nice win tonight for the Philadelphia 76ers. And we are going to break it all down after this little 5-minute break. But I got to tell you, it all started tonight with 2 players, Paul George and Tyrese Maxey. And Tyrese tonight, of course, 1,000%. This guy put up 50 points tonight, 54 points to be exact, and he was a monster. This guy is just putting on a tear. He is here. He's here now. We all knew what this guy was capable of doing. Tyrese Maxey is not only an all-star, I think it's safe to say that Tyrese Maxey is a superstar, and he has arrived. He's been here for a while, but tonight was a superstar level of a performance, and you needed every single one of his points for you to be able to win that game against the Bucks. There's a lot to break down. There's things that I did not like. There's things that I still want this team to clean on up. But credit where credit is due, Tyrese Maxey was a superstar in tonight's game. No doubt about it. 18 for 30 from the field, 6 for 15 from 3. And this guy just gave it everything that he could. And I thought that he actually navigated the double teams very well. He was a plus 18 out there on the court. Sometimes you look at that plus minus and you say to yourself, it's a meaningless stat. Tonight it was very meaningful because every time he was out there, he made plays. I loved the Steph Curry 3 that he took where he just felt it and the ball just goes on in. And as soon as the ball's released, Doc Rivers calls a timeout because he knows. He knows. So this was a statement game for Tyrese Maxey. This guy is here, and this guy should be in the MVP conversation right now. And I love it. I love it, man. We'll break more down. We'll be right back. Give us about 5 minutes, then we'll do our postgame show. If you guys want to call on into the postgame show, you can tonight. I will be taking phone calls. We'll also take text messages. 610-314-0844 is how you call on in. We'll be right back in about 5 minutes for the postgame show.
Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I missed putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Philadelphia 76ers are now 9-6 on the season, and on a traveling back-to-back, they go to Milwaukee without Giannis Antetokounmpo and with some missing depth pieces, but they still find a way to get the job done tonight out at the Pfizer Forum. And it all starts with Paul George setting the tempo in that first quarter. This man came out with a goal. This man came out with a lot of poise. And with the way that he was able to space the floor, it just felt so good because he not only scored 11 points, but he caught 3 rebounds in a row. He looked quick. He looked fast. He looked like when he was involved in the offense, it looked like he was going to do something crazy with the ball, and he made plays. He did get wide open space, and people were being disrespectful because you can't leave him wide open. He said to the Bucks, "You got to put a body on me, man. I can hit a 3. You going to do that to me? I'll make you pay." And that really was what got the Sixers going tonight. Paul George. And it was fun. He finishes the game with 21 points, 4 for 7 from 3, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Now, he did turn the ball over 3 times, but he also got 2 big steals. And when he came on in during the fourth quarter possession, where the Bucks could have taken the lead there, he got a big stop on defense and caused the Sixers to go on into overtime. You knew that he was only going to play 25 minutes tonight. They were very strict about that, and they pretty much tried to squeeze the lemon out of everything, and they did. And Paul George was exceptionally well tonight. You do not win this ball game without Paul George and the way that he played. I want to give flowers as well to Quentin Grimes down the stretch for making those critical points. Grimes in the fourth quarter did not have his touch. He wasn't playing well in the fourth quarter. There were a couple of shots that he took from long distance that were going in and out. It was not his night shooting. But with that being said, in overtime, when he had to step on up, he came on through and he set the tempo as well, knocking down a nice layup, drawing contact as well, and making an and-one opportunity. And then he hit a big-time 3 as well down that stretch. When you needed a bucket with about a minute and a half left to go, Grimes made plays. That 3 that he made really gave you the breathing room, and that was a dagger in the heart of the Bucks. After Rollins makes a 2-point layup, and then Rollins hits one on the other side, Grimes responds, and he makes the first free throw, and then we have that clutch rebound for the Sixers. It was Dominic Barlow who got it, but Edgecombe tipped it right to him, and then Grimes got fouled again. So Quentin Grimes stepped up in that overtime and really was incredible tonight in overtime. Didn't have a really good game to start things off, but when it mattered the most, he came through. Tyrese Maxey. At this point, that's his song. That's his jam. When I'm watching Tyrese Maxey out there, I keep thinking to myself, with the shots that he's taking, with the amount of physicality and the amount of attention that he is getting now, it's must-watch TV. This guy is doing something that we haven't seen in a very, very long time. At the age of 25, he's third in the NBA in scoring. That's going to go back now to second. He's seventh in the NBA in assists. And he's shooting the ball from three at a very high rate. He's turning the ball over a little bit, but that's because he's getting more and more attention. He's taking care of the ball for the most part. He's playing very good defense. This guy on defense tonight had 3 blocks and 3 steals. He had a nice play where Rollins was ready to set up and make a 3, and he blocked his shots. And that, I believe, at the time in the fourth quarter, could have given Milwaukee the lead. And he said no. So his defense was shining as well in this game tonight. There were times where when he got the ball and he was getting trapped, I thought that Nick Nurse, to his credit tonight, did a very good job at sending help his way. Sometimes he had a couple of bad turnovers, and that was on him. There was one play that he had where Andre Drummond got the ball, and he tried to give it back to Maxey, and Maxey was running, cutting to the lane, couldn't read the defense there, or couldn't read the play call there. Miscommunication on that, and the ball went out on his right knee, or whatever it was. It was on his right knee. But Tyrese Maxey right now is one of the best players in the NBA, and it is such a gift. It's such a treat to watch this guy do what he does, creating his own shots, taking very tough angle shots and still making them, and just going out there with a smile on his face, with a chip on his shoulder, looking for this team, looking to carry this team to victory. It's fun. And I don't care who it's against. What he's doing is special, and I will not make that go unnoticed. Let's recap everything that happened tonight. So, of course, in the first quarter, you got the Paul George show, scoring the first 11 points for this team and doing a very good job at putting points on the board. As soon as he comes out of the game, Tyrese Maxey steps up and says, I got some in me. It's a back-to-back. It's a traveling back-to-back. And this guy is playing 47 minutes. And they're putting up 50 points. Edgecombe had a nice dunk in that first quarter. We saw some really good alley-oop passes from Paul George. Another one from Tyrese Maxey, too. That was really cool. I thought that the offense in the first quarter looked so fluid. It really felt like that they were in sync in that first quarter. Jared McCain was taking some shots. There were a couple times, again, where he gets the ball or he's standing in the corner with Tyrese Maxey out there, and Jared McCain should be operating as the point guard. But I thought that McCain looked pretty good again in the minutes that he played today when he did have the ball. I just want him to continue to get chances, and I don't know how that's going to work. Cole Anthony, in that first quarter, had 2 really bad turnovers, and Justin Edwards got a couple of steals in a row off of him. I thought that was a big impact in that first quarter. Edwards also made a nice 3 to start off overtime, and you couldn't really say anything bad about that either. I thought that physically, overall, the Sixers played very solid defense. Andre Drummond didn't have himself a good night. I still believe that even though it wasn't really his night, I still think he should have played in the fourth quarter. People probably will disagree with me because it is on a back-to-back, and I understand that he probably was a little bit gassed. But Miles Turner's big. And I still think he should have came out there for the fourth. But he ended up coming back on and turning overtime, and he fouled out. But whatever. Jabari Walker was getting eaten up by Miles Turner. He was. Especially in that first quarter. He got cooked by him. I'm surprised that Doc Rivers didn't find a way to go to the bigs even more. Turner had a couple of big-time threes in that fourth quarter. He did. But the Sixers didn't allow them to get the ball down the stretch. The Bucks shot 49% from the field. Sixers shot 43% from the field. Bucks actually shot the ball better from 3. We out-rebounded them, though. The funny part about it is that we out-rebounded them. They did not play a back-to-back last night, the Bucks. And we were the more physical team tonight. Part of that was Tyrese Maxey. A couple of times he didn't get a call. But the times that he did get the call, he was being really aggressive. And it was great. They only turned the ball over 14 times. But the Sixers actually capitalized on their turnovers, Milwaukee, and they scored out in transition. Made some nice big threes, got some space, and pushed the tempo. In the second quarter in particular, I had a problem with the physicality from this team. The Bucks go on a 10-0 run to start off quarter number 2, and Nick Nurse did call a timeout to stop the bleeding. Puts back in Paul George. Jared McCain is still out there, and they decide to run the ball with Paul George, and it kept them afloat for a little bit of time. And then towards the end of that second quarter, what ended up happening is that the defense collapsed and they gave up wide open threes because, again, you start double teaming for no reason on the perimeter when nobody's getting hot and you're leaving the shooter wide open or somebody in the dunker spot. So Ryan Rollins is getting wide open looks, knocking down a 23-footer with 3:38 left to go. And while Tyrese Maxey responds with a jumper on the other side, right, A.J. Green knocks down a 3 because Ryan Rollins sets up a pick and roll. The Sixers can't guard the pick and roll, and now it's 4-on-3 basketball. So you get the man advantage that way, and the Sixers just had a bad time closing out in that second quarter. That third quarter comes, though. And what surprises me in that third quarter is obviously the Sixers did not get eaten. They treaded water in that third quarter. And they did it because of Paul George's defense. Paul George was an anchor on defense tonight, and I thought that he changed the game from a defensive strategic standpoint. It felt like when he was guarding Rollins at times, Rollins was giving the ball away, and he looked a little bit scared. You saw, I believe it was 6 times in that third quarter that the shot clock was going down to 5 seconds. When I'm watching that shot clock go down, obviously it means that the Sixers are forcing them to make plays and take very tough contested shots. And I felt like that happened defensively in the third quarter. And because the Sixers played strong defense, they stayed on in this game. So you got Rollins, who made a 16-footer. And then within the next 2 minutes, finally VJ Edgecombe stops the bleeding after Dominic Barlow gets a big block with 6:36 left to go. And Edgecombe hits a wide-open 3. And then Cole Anthony gets a bad pass on a beautiful steal by Trendon Watford, and Tyrese Maxey gives them the lead. So your defense really stepped up in that third quarter and kept you in that game. And then you got big-time buckets. Grimes was still missing his shots, but your defense was outstanding. Maxey making the 2, getting a block on the other side, and it just felt like that we were rotating very well in that third quarter, and we didn't really stay back. It was good. It was a good effort in that third quarter. That was probably their best third quarter, one of their best third quarters that they played. I'd say the best defensively, because they were locking all windows for that Bucks team. I know that they ended up having 24 points, but they forced them to take some really, really tough contested shots. And part of the main reason why was because Paul George was out there. So now we start off the fourth quarter. Tyrese Maxey steps up again in the fourth quarter, hits a Steph Curry range 3-point shot. It's a bomb within 58 seconds. And then Paul George comes back out, and he ends up getting an ISO on offense. Hits a 16-foot jumper. Sixers are down by 3. The rebounding was really good in that quarter, too. Maxey comes firing out of the gates. He hits, I believe, 3 of the 4 field goals for the Sixers. And then the Bucks call a timeout as soon as they get the lead. So Maxey's now on a mission. He has 40 points at this point, and he's taken on over the game. Defense continues to stay strong. Dominic Barlow, I said that I didn't want him out there, but he was doing a really good job on defense. Finally got his first bucket with 8:23 left in the game. And then VJ makes a nice 26-foot shot off the assist from Tyrese Maxey. VJ had himself another really good fourth quarter, too. Say what you want about his offense in the first 3 quarters. This guy is stepping up in the fourth over these last 2 games, and that's something not to step over. So then we go to the 3:14 marker. The Bucks go on a little run. Nick Nurse calls a timeout at the right time. And then they tie the game. It was a bad pass from Tyrese Maxey, or Maxey stepped on out of bounds, didn't watch his footing. And so they tie the game. Maxey then takes this beautiful 3 on offense off of a nice assist by Justin Edwards. It's on the near corner, and he splashes it to give the Sixers the lead there. So now 2:05 left. Ryan Rollins makes the layup. Sixers just play phenomenal defense again, forcing tough shots, forcing the shot clock to go down for the Bucks. They're forcing Kyle Kuzma to take threes here. Off balance. If he hits it, it's insane. And yes. So now it's 104 to 103. You got to get a bucket. We're screaming for Tyrese Maxey to be aggressive and try to get a layup. Clearly he's getting blitzed, he's getting double teamed, and they're forcing him to give up the ball and make somebody else beat him. So Edwards misses a near corner three. It was a beautiful pass by Maxey too. Got it on the far wing and just zipped it right over to Justin Edwards. That was just it was a pass that was on the money, and Edwards just cannot knock down that shot. So then you think, Kyle Kuzma is probably gonna hit a shot on the other side. Nope, doesn't do so. And then Edwards misses another three with 1:15 left to go. Thought that one was a bad shot selection, and that the Sixers made a mistake there. Bucks try to challenge a call with 53 seconds left. Didn't go their way. Tyrese Maxey ended up still being Sixers ball. And then I get really confused because with 28 seconds left to go, Tyrese Maxey lost the ball. Nick Nurse, for some reason, when it comes to drawing up plays out of timeouts, he just doesn't know how to put these guys in positions to succeed. It's really bad. Maxey gets the ball at the top of the key after VJ Edgecombe gets the inbound pass. Maxey is standing. He's waiting for the ball, then steps up at the top of the key and finally gets it with about 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Then he takes it over to the far wing, got the ball knocked loose because the defender was so close to him, and he turned it over there. A dribble handoff there from Edgecombe to Maxey was not the right decision, and it backfired. And then Miles Turner hits this wide open three from a nice pass by Kyle Kuzma because, again, the Sixers can't get back on defense, and Turner makes them pay. After that, though, Maxey gets the ball down the lane, and then he gets fouled with 7 seconds left. He went hard to the deck. He went hard to the cup and took a big hit at the deck and then tied the game up. And what I loved on the very next play was that the Bucks were going to inbound the ball. AJ Green came on in. They needed some shooters, so they took Bobby Portis out. I thought that was a mistake from a rebounding perspective, and Bobby Portis could obviously shoot the ball. But the Sixers bring on in Paul George. And as soon as the ball is inbounded to A.J. Green, Tyrese Maxey commits a foul. The Sixers had a foul to give. Now there's 4.2 seconds left to go. George is guarding the inbound pass. They give it inside to A.J. Green again. But Green zips it all the way to the far wing to Ryan Rollins, and Quentin Grimes played outstanding defense, just stayed on his man, didn't give him any sort of breathing room, and that caused the game to go on into overtime. But Paul George, again, made A.J. Green pass that ball. It looked like the shot was supposed to go, or the play call was supposed to be for A.J. Felt that way. But again, Paul George's defense made a difference on that perimeter. He's their best perimeter defender, and it's not even close. So now we go on into overtime. We're tied up 106 to 106. And Justin Edwards, after Tyrese Maxey starts off with a block, Ryan Rollins pulls up from 13 feet. Maxey swipes it away. And Grimes got the rebound. And Justin Edwards out in transition makes a three. Bucks are now missing their shots. They're out of rhythm. Andre Drummond comes back on in. Tyrese Maxey makes a layup on the other side. Now you're up by 5. You force the Bucks to call a timeout. Grimes closes out the deal. Makes the 2 big shots. Also, Justin Edwards had a nice little foul line jumper. I did not think that the play was supposed to be for him, but he improvised. He went over to the foul line. He had like 3 seconds left to shoot. He had the scramble, and he goes up with a foul line jumper, makes his own shot, and puts the Sixers up at that point by 5. These are big shots. Every single shot that they hit down that stretch, you needed them to do so to win that game. You knew that Maxey could only do so much, and the guys that stepped up in overtime were Justin Edwards and Quentin Grimes. And finally, somebody had Maxey's back. So, in short, was tonight's win a good win by the Sixers? Yes, it was. Are there things that need to be improved upon? Yes. But with Andre Drummond getting into the foul trouble that he got on into, and with the bad night that he had, no Joel Embiid again. Paul George looked good. And Tyrese Maxey coming off of a back-to-back, playing the amount of minutes that you wanted him to play. He delivered. This was an impressive win to me, and I'm happy that they got the W here. You just got to get the wins. Sometimes it's not going to look pretty. Sometimes you're going to want things to be cleaned on up, and it's not going to look sexy. But Tyrese Maxey, with what he did tonight, it just can't go unnoticed. He was great. He was special. 54 for Tyrese Maxey. Last thing, and then I'll get to you guys. The last thing I want to say is that the other reason why Paul George coming back is good for the Sixers is because the Sixers got to slow the game down. Paul George is a guy that can isolate, is a guy that can make his own shot, and when he gets the ball, even at the age of 35, he draws contact. I said this year that the Sixers don't have a rhythm changer. Tyrese Maxey speeds up the game, but he can't slow it down because he doesn't have a whistle. That's why I said that I kind of miss James Harden and in primetime Joel Embiid, because I feel like, and again, I'm not saying James Harden in the fourth quarter. I'm talking about a caliber player like James Harden when it comes to slowing down the game, because he just knows how to draw defenders up on him. That part matters. You can't just be playing fast pace all the time. And I thought that Paul George, and even Maxey himself a little bit, slowed the game down. And they changed the pace. If the Bucks play at a fast pace, I think that they win this game. Part of the main reason why you did win too is because you got the foul shots that you did. Tyrese Maxey took 14 foul shots in this game? 12 for 14? Yeah. That'll work. It's good. So, yeah, that's all I got on this game, man. That's it. Paul George and Tyrese Maxey combined to play 72 minutes, and they put up 75 points in this game. Just needed one more assist to get that double-double. But I'll tell you, the 3 steals and the 3 blocks look really good for Tyrese Maxey. 610-314-0844 is how you dial on into the postgame show. If you guys do want to call on in, you most certainly can. I am going to take Google Voice off of Do Not Disturbed. We're going to turn that off right now. So if you guys do want to call on in, you can. And we will also put the Bluetooth on too. But also text on in. Let me know what you guys have to say down below as well. Again, I really want to hear your thoughts on this game. It's a win. And the fact that you couldn't win in last night's game, you needed to win tonight, and they got back into the W column, and they did it out of Milwaukee. I thought that the Bucks definitely made some mistakes, but this is not a Bucks postgame show. It's a Sixers postgame show. And the Sixers did what they had to do. Now, on Twitter, I wanted to read out some tweets, too. And again, you guys can call in any time. This is from Legion Hoops. 54 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks, 6 3-pointers made. Superstar. Crazy. Unbelievable. Plus 18 in a 9-point win, man. I'm trying to see if there's anything else on Twitter that I wanted to talk about. Here we go. Sixers Adam says this. Maxey puts up 54 points in 46 minutes in Milwaukee the night after playing 40 minutes in Philadelphia as the Sixers beat the Bucks. True superstar shift from Tyrese Maxey. Paul George was also great. Dominic Barlow at the 5 a whole lot tonight. It worked out fine. Story incoming. This is the 12th 40-point game of Tyrese Maxey's career, says Matt Murphy. That was posted about an hour ago. He also has 6 39-point games in his career. Superstar. Kyle Newbeck, that was an I will not let us lose game from Tyrese Maxey. It's good. All right. Well, I guess that's going to wrap it up for me. Anybody in the chat have anything else to say? I don't think so. What's up, Cool J? Maxey's literally a god. He is. Mouseo's here. It's good. JJ tired. He needs bedtime. Well, if no one's going to call on in, and if no one's going to text, then that's pretty much it, man. That is. That was fun, and I will take the W as it is. Okay. We've had some games this year where we just could not close out, or we had really bad third quarters, and when I really look at this team, in my opinion, they should really only have 2 losses. I think that the loss against the Pistons was bad, and the other one that they had against the Raptors, or not the Raptors, I think it was the Pistons, and then there was another one where they got absolutely outplayed. And I can't put my finger on when it was. Other than that, though, This team really should only have 2 losses. They should be like 13-2 on the season. You know? But that's just not how it works. It's not how it goes. And the third quarter woes were a problem. Did they miss Giannis tonight? Was there no Giannis tonight? Yes. But I honestly didn't have them winning this game. So I'm shocked that they pulled this one out. And Tyrese Maxey shut me up. I thought that he was going to go off. I thought he was just going to get 35. Nope. He pulled out 54 points and did it in 47 minutes. And Paul George was a big factor too. And he stepped up. He was the Robin tonight for Tyrese Maxey. And Quentin Grimes finally took over in the overtime. You needed all of that. And Justin Edwards played very well. VJ Edgecombe was rebounding at a very high level too. Love his physicality. So this was a team effort tonight, and they played very physical. And that I can come away and say, I don't care who was on the other side. They did what they had to do. They got the job done. So it doesn't really matter who's out there on the court. I just needed to see them get a win. And with the way Tyrese Maxey played, I'll take that any day. 54 points. Doesn't matter who it's against. He did well. He did. They deserve to win tonight with the effort that he gave out there and with the way that the rest of the team rolled. They played well. So, JJ, if the Athletics were always in Philadelphia, would you still be a Phillies fan? If the Dallas Cowboys moved to Philadelphia and I was born on into that and they had 2 Philadelphia teams, I don't know. I have no clue. If the Athletics were in Philly, I have no clue, man. I don't know. We'll never know. But all I can say is that I'm very happy to be a Philadelphia sports fan. And I'm happy that I'm supporting the teams that I support. There's rough times. There's times where I'm watching these teams, like the Philadelphia 76ers, and we see Ben Simmons out there passing up wide open layups. And I'm like, why am I rooting for this team? Or I'm watching Joel Embiid get hurt. Or I'm watching just so many curses happen on this team that just aren't even funny. And I'm like, why am I still supporting them? It's funny. The sports world is a funny place, man. But I could say the same thing about the other the other 3 teams too around Philadelphia. I could. It's not just the Sixers, but the Sixers have had a lot of curses over these last couple of years. All right. Love you all. Lila Tove, good night. And I will catch you all on the next one. See you later.